what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Monday. Oh, it was a great weekend. Y'all, I had an eventful weekend this weekend. I can't wait to share it with y'all. It's a crazy weekend. But before I do anything, we had the sports weekend, big sports weekend, the conference championships weekend, to decide who goes to the Super Bowl this weekend. Just so much stuff going on. Where I'm going to start? You know what? Let me go to my starting five first. Let me go to them. I got. Hey, Miss Brooks, Jessica Brooks. Yay! How you doing? But what I want to do, how I want to start this thing off, I want to shout out to our starting five. They are the first five people that sign on to the feed. We have Alex Sestero, Melvin Dews, Rod Wells, Thaddeus Moody, Kevin Lewis, and the sixth man of the day is Businessman in the building. But I see you out there, Corey. I see you, Kim Jackson. Where you been, girl? Trey Phillips, thank you for that information, Trey Phillips. Todd Biley, what's going on? Panther Network. Brandy, hey, Brandy, girl. Boy, y'all, I needed y'all this weekend, but I wanted to announce, I happen to, Chatterbox is in the building. I happen to be blessed enough to, I was invited to join the TSU, KTSU broadcast this weekend to cover one of the biggest games and greatest games, two games that I've seen in a long time. That TSU versus Prairie View. I got to go up to the baby dome. I got to work with the legend, Larry Chatterbox Hale. I got to work with Devin Wade. I got the Devin Wade show. I mean, let me tell y'all something. And let me tell you something. The reason I did not announce it on Thursday, it wasn't finalized yet. It wasn't finalized yet. So you don't know. I didn't want to announce it to y'all, and I wasn't there. So it wasn't finalized yet. Finalized after the show. Then I had to get to cramming and studying both teams and the histories of both teams. Let me tell you something. That's a whole nother story. But I'm gonna share some stuff with y'all. But it was a unique experience. When the world give you lemons, you just got to make lemonade out of it. I mean, but I had those two guys, Devin Wade and Chatterbox. They just guided me through this thing and allowed me to just be me. And I brought some of the chop shop to the broadcast. You follow me? So it was a unique. Thank you, Donna Franklin, Ernest Walker, Vice President Granger, VP Athletics Granger, President Young of the TSU. So thank y'all so much, man, for giving. I had fun. I was nervous, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Oh my God. Yeah, hey, TSU, we got to get on the ball. Them people up there at Prairie View was blowing my ear. I couldn't even hardly hear the broadcast. When we play them again, y'all look up I don't know the exact date, but it's right before the conference tournament. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all got to go and check this. Hey, TSU, Houston, we got to fill this place up. Let me show you a little bit of stuff that I was up against. Share the show right now. Let me show y'all what was going on, man. Let me. They got this group of fans called the Gold Members, and they sent me I wanted to highlight them, cause guess what? We gonna have my room members around here. Oh, come on now. They said, the young lady said, "Hello, my name is Shanique Brown with the Gold Members of Public Relations." She said, "I met you at the TSU PV game." She said, "GMC, the Gold Member Club, is essentially the heart and tradition of Prairie View. We are responsible for making sure the crowd stayed excited the whole game. We do chants. We wear PV gear. We paint our faces occasionally. We are required to attend every sporting event and show love to our athletics. So their advisor is Alicia Pete. She's the vice president of operations. And let me tell you something, I enjoyed them. They were right behind us. I don't think Chatterbox like that too much, but it was right behind it. That band hit, listen, that band, the drummer hit that bass drum so hard one time. Y'all got to understand now. I might live in the suburbs now, but it was one time I didn't live in the suburbs. Boy, I heard some, oh my goodness, bam. And the young girl, she said, with a thunder, with a storm or whatever. I think she said, with a storm. And that was just the lightning and the thunder before the storm. I said, okay. I mean, so let me show y'all a little bit that was going on. So TSU, Houston, let's get it together. We got a whole month to get it together. When they come up here, we're going to get them, the ocean of, they had the storm up there. We're going to give them the ocean of soul when they get here. But let me show you something that happened over the weekend. And the game hadn't even started yet. Now, that was just, that's something I take, because when the game started, I didn't have time to take. But the game hadn't even started. Hold on, I got something else for them. I got to show my people, man. Hey, we got to get down, y'all. March the 5th, thank you. Hey, we got a whole month. We got to get down. We got to get down better than that. You know, we got to get down better than that, y'all. But thank you to a shout out again, man. It was just unbelievable experience calling a game and putting your thoughts immediately into action. It was just thank you again for the opportunity, TSU. But let me tell you something. We got more. Doug said no atmosphere. And happy birthday to Doug Jones in the building. We had Sandra's birthday the other day. We got Doug Jones' birthday today. Yeah, and I called Doug. I said, Doug, you sure you ain't, Doug? I just told Doug happy birthday not too long ago. Doug got 2 birthdays on us, y'all. You got to watch. So when he come, y'all, and pin that, he might want you to come pin that money on him. So Doug might be getting some extra out of us this year, y'all. But share the show right now, because I got some stuff I got to share with y'all. Very important, especially parents, boyfriends, girlfriends. I mean, everybody. It's everybody. But I wanted to shout out to Doug. A shout out to Raven Ellis, man. A young lady I talked about on the show on a Women Rock Wednesday. She participated in Gymkhana. Gary Carter had a girls' game one time, and I went to that's the first game I ever, after the pandemic, that was the first time I've been in a gym. And I went to support Gymkhana, and I saw this young lady named Raven Ellis. She played for Bel Air High School, and she went on the University of St. Thomas. And guess what, y'all? The young lady is getting it done off the court also. She had a few injuries, but not so bad off the court. She made the dean's list, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? I got to salute that young lady, man. I'm so proud of her. Let me tell you something. I saw something special in her that day on the basketball court. And now, y'all got to understand, I just can pick them. I know, and she's not just a star on the court, but she's a star off the court. Look at her. I'm going to take a look at her. Let me make sure I put her on there. She made the dean list this fall. That's the little Raven right there. Shout out to her. If anybody know her, tell her that she was featured on the Chop Shop today. That ain't all. I got another picture of her. Thank you, Trey Phillips, for sending me this information. Hold up. I got some. Y'all, we got the. If we don't celebrate our young student athletes. Who gonna do it? Mainstream media ain't gonna do it. We already know. It's stuff happening in the news with mainstream media, stuff that they ain't talking about already. So we ain't gonna depend on them. That's why we got to become our own mainstream media. That's why we got to share the show. I ain't nowhere in the world we should be sharing this show. Everybody who have the privilege to come on this show, they should be sharing it. Should be sharing it right now. So that's Raven. Let me share another picture of her. If y'all know her, make sure you let her know. Got another picture of her. Congratulations, she made the dean's list. Hey, man, hey, that could be your daughter. Everybody should be clapping right now, and everybody should be sharing right now with our young people. I saw in the gym one time at Gymkhana, and I talked about her basketball play. Now today, I'm talking about her off the court. She went and made the dean's list as a freshman. As a freshman. Just like a guy hit 40-some points the other day, we need to be talking about that today. Congratulations to Raven. Shout out to her. And then I saw on TSU, let me say, I saw that, now to your ESPN, they to celebrate Black History always. ESPN want to spotlight, check this out, Black fans, check this out, Black fans, Black athletes, Black broadcasters, Black trainers, arena staff, and everyone who brings sports to life. They said, do you know in sports who should get this kind of shine? Go to ESPN. I'll figure out the way to drop that thing out there. If you feel you know a Black fan, you know a Black athlete, it's doing Black History Month, you know a Black broadcaster, you know a Black trainer, you know arena staff, to everyone who brings sports to life. Anyone who brings sports to life, you think they shine, you need to contact and tag ESPN. Go to their sites, they public relations site, and I think I got it later on in the show. I'll share it with you. But it's a list of Division I players. Let me tell y'all something. Let me shout out the young man that grew up watching this show. I'm looking out for our people. What's up, Byron Green? What's up, Reginald Simpson? Reginald Simpson, I'm glad y'all here today. Check this out. They said a list of Division I players right now with at least 325 points, 200 rebounds, 40 assists, 20 steals, and 20 blocks. Let me repeat that because I know it's going to go over your head. I'm finna give you a list. Excuse me. Give you a list right now of Division I players. I mean, Kentucky and all of them y'all think so great. Of Division I players right now with at least 325 points, 200 rebounds, 40 assists, 20 steals, and 20 blocks. I'm going to tell you the list. And the list ain't but one. And guess who it is? Kenneth Lofton Jr. is the only player in Division I that can. That's the list. Shout out to him today. Hold on. Let me get him his. Did y'all hear what I said? And I know y'all late typing. And I know y'all want to talk about the 49ers and all that. But this one of our own right here. 49ers ain't going to do nothing for you. 49ers ain't going to come hang out with you. Junior Grill. Yeah. The 49ers and who else won? Who lost in it? Odell Beckham ain't coming. Odell Beckham ain't been on this show. Congratulations to Junior, man. Yo, we got to start celebrating our own. But guess what? I got to celebrate somebody right now who's not our own. Y'all got to help me with this. What my young people and my old people who think they cool, who listen to all the rap, Doug, who in the hell is A$AP Rocky? He my best friend now. Dr. Newsom, Brandy, who is A$AP Rocky? He is my best friend. I love him. Jay Jackson. Jay Jackson. Jay Jackson. Jay Jackson. Somebody got, no, who was he before? No. Don't give it to me. No, don't give it. I don't want to hear that. Who was he before? He got my girlfriend pregnant. Oh, y'all, somebody tell me, what do he sing? I ain't never heard nothing. Tell me, what does he sing? Y'all, listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. This man got a billionaire pregnant. I'm going to let y'all sit on that one. I'm going to let y'all sit on that one. I ain't seen the Twitter post of Chandler Jacobs. Y'all got to get that to me. I'm talking about who in the hell is A$AP Rocky right now. I can't do things but one at a time, but I haven't seen it. Somebody sent it to me. Chandler Jacobs had a post. Somebody sent it to me. I love Chandler Jacobs because his daddy watched the show. But I want to know, do y'all hear what I don't care. Did y'all, Kim Jackson, I know it's been the weekend. I don't care how much money he got. I ain't seen his name on Forbes. I don't care how much money I haven't seen A$AP Rocky on the Forbes list. This man got a billionaire pregnant. Ain't that oxymoron? How many times have you ever heard that? See, y'all just sitting up there, he got money too. Ain't nobody talking about his little old money. I'm talking about how many dudes y'all know. Since Kim, he got money too. How many guys y'all know that got a billionaire pregnant? I'll wait. What's that boy name? What's my man name from here? Travis Scott. That's two. Them my dudes. I beat you to it, Corey. Them my dudes. That's rare. He signed a fashion deal with Guess and as well as he rap. Okay. All right. Beyonce ain't no billionaire, baby. Jay-Z is the billionaire. Y'all better go look at y'all numbers. Beyonce ain't no billionaire. And when he married her, she wasn't near a billionaire. We ain't talking about that. No, I see y'all trying to cheat. That's cheating, Lori. Beyonce ain't no billionaire yet. Her husband is. But guess who I got on? I got my main man. on here. Chris, I want to ask you, Chris, because you be up there in New York. How many dudes you know? 10. Kim, I'm going to leave you alone. I ain't Kim Jackson. I can't believe you put that on the screen. Kim.
What's he say?
Sometimes just it's good not to open your mouth. I'll tweet because people... She said he got money too. Chris, how many guys you know that got a billionaire pregnant? I said A$AP Rocky is my best friend. He got Rihanna pregnant. You know I kind of like Rihanna now. Hey, he got Rihanna pregnant. How many guys you know? You up there with New York with all of them. They got a billionaire pregnant other than A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott here from Houston. You got any more?
Oh man, that list is not. I mean, you got Oprah. Anybody getting her pregnant? She ain't never letting that happen.
We talking about that. No, you talking about the billionaire? Yeah, you know
the women that are billionaires.
Hey, your boy's shooting blanks, so we already know that. Oh, Stephen's been shooting blanks for a long time, so it's all right. But dude, yes, Rihanna. Oh, Paul Miranda didn't realize. Yes, Rihanna is a billionaire. She reached billionaire status. Yes. And ain't sung a song in 100 years. Ain't sung a song in 100.
Ain't gonna sing another one. Probably won't sing another one.
And probably don't. Hey, y'all. Let me Chris. I just thought of Chris. A$AP Rocky is my homeboy from now on. I ain't never heard Chris. Have you ever heard of in his music? A$AP
Yeah,
Rocky?
I've heard A$AP Rocky. Yeah.
I'm
He's
talking
got a
about, I've
couple.
heard of him, but I ain't never heard of his music before. So,
Okay, yeah, he's not like Drake. He ain't Drake or Hove or Biggie or Tupac. He's nothing like that. He's more like Big Sean or something like that. I mean, he's
dude,
not.
don't you know? I know some dudes would have got Rihanna pregnant if she lived in the projects. See, this is what I'm trying to explain to y'all.
Man, what's wrong with you, man?
She could have lived in the projects, and I know some guys would have got her pregnant. Yeah. I'm just talking about A$AP Rocky. How did he get her?
He's not a scrub.
I ain't saying he's no scrub.
He's not a scrub.
I did not say he was a scrub. I was just saying, man, it must be nice. How you doing today, Chris? Chris, if you ever meet,
I want to know how many people saw you debut the TSU Prairie View game. How many people listened to you on radio? That's what I want to know. How many people listened to Robert Hatter during his first game on the radio? That's what I want to know.
Hey,
that's what I want to know.
Hey, Chris. Thank you, Chris Walker, man, for bringing it. Chris, let me tell you something. I wanted to announce it on Thursday, but I couldn't announce it because, we got, you had to dot your I's and cross your T's. But it was, Chris, it was exhilarating. First person I called was you. First person. I said, Chris, what should I do? What? I don't have much time, Chris. Chris talking about when? Saturday. He said, man, do it. I said, man, I don't know. I might be. He said, man, do it. I got you. I said, it was just unbelievable. I don't know who saw the broadcast. I hope somebody said. I know some people who was at the game, and they said they were listening to the broadcast while they was at the game. They said, we're listening to the broadcast while we're at the game. They enjoyed the broadcast. So, man, shout out to those guys who I was with, man. They Devin Wade and that Larry Chatterbox, hell, man. They are consummate professionals. They knew what they were doing. I'm telling y'all, I was just watching them. Chris, and we pulled it out. We pulled
That's
it out.
good, man.
Chris,
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. That's good
Chris,
stuff.
I'm gonna tell you the unique thing, Chris. When I got in that car and was driving home, it was just a feeling of, you never thought you'd be doing something,
right?
And you just did it, and you got through it. That was one of the greatest rides back up and down the freeway. And then I had to come back because I had to go to A&M. So much stuff going on. But it's just a unique thing, man. Kelton said I gave him the best 120 minutes of their day, man.
Hey, listen, man. Everybody got to start somewhere, man. That's good for you, though.
Yeah,
I told you, man, when I pulled you in this chop shop thing about 3 years ago, I told you could do it. I had to force you to come in there, though.
Chris, but it wasn't that you had to fuck. I just knew you was gonna ask me some crazy ass questions, Chris. I know you.
It's called a chop shop. That's what it's called. Chop your ass up.
You come in there, he come in there, tell me, man, how much money?
Man, it's something wrong with the boo-boo room. It's something wrong with these people that you done brought on. These people you call your friends. Listen.
What they say?
They talking about Nick Cannon, right?
Oh,
homeboy, Nick Cannon got a new show out, right?
Okay.
And he was celebrating unconventional parenting. Right? I think that, and I caught the end of it. So if somebody saw that show, please correct me if I'm wrong. And he kept talking about dudes that was having kids that weren't married.
Nick Cannon?
Man, on his show. I was sitting there and he was like celebrating them. This dude got 8 kids, man. Man, listen, man. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone, man. I'm not gonna even go there, man.
Wait a minute.
But you know what? Y'all make him popular. Y'all keep making him popular because it don't really matter, because it no matter what, it doesn't really matter. He's popular and he's famous. He could do that kind of stuff, man. Because I know how you did that kind of stuff. We be on your head.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And I'm not judging him.
I'm not judging him, but
I'm just sitting there and saying, I'm thinking about the women too.
ooh,
Y'all know he
I'm not
dirty.
going there.
He
Hattie,
dirty.
don't do it.
He,
Eddie Murphy, don't do that, Hattie. Don't go there.
y'all know he dirty.
Eddie Murphy was one of the ones he was celebrating. I didn't want to keep going into it. He was a couple of more of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay out of it though.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Chris, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but it's unique because my mama told me a long time ago. It takes two to tango.
So what are you saying, Hattie? You going? It's not Women Rock Wednesday, but it seems like you rocking women right now.
Women rock every day. Excuse me.
Okay, my bad.
Women rock every day. Yeah.
But let's stick to the subject though.
Okay.
What are you saying when you say it takes two to tango?
Because the lady she know he had 7 women, babies, and so 7 women had it unprotected. So you know that 7 is gonna be times 70.
I was
that
about to say 7 times 70. Okay.
That didn't get caught. These women are smart, but she still said, I love you. So let's have an unconventional, let's have what you call it, an unconventional relationship. And I'll have your baby. Johnny Manziel couldn't give me no babies. So let me come and get, I don't know what the girl was thinking. Y'all help me. Like I said.
I'm just saying, if he was, listen, let's pose the question.
Okay.
If he was broke as a joke.
No, sir.
Right? With 7 babies, would she do the same thing?
No. But now that's the good part
about it. If we had her on
about
the show right now, she would say, no, love is blind. Love is also penniless. Love is this.
No, she ain't gonna say that, man. He who has have I ever taught you that about the golden rule? He who has the gold rules.
Okay.
Guess what? When you get I told a guy one time. I said, man, you're only as faithful as your options. These guys got a lot of options, man. Y'all, I had a friend. I had a friend. I didn't represent. I had a client. I'm gonna go on to. I had a client. I was at his house. It was years and years ago. I was at his house. We at his house. I go to the game. After the game, but I kept hearing him pick up the phone. I think we was playing cards or something. He said, "No, I can't. My agent in town. No, I can't. My agent in town. No, I can't. My agent in town. No, it ain't." Cause lady didn't like to do. I guess he didn't like to bring girls around while I was there, right? And I didn't get a hotel that day. I stayed in his house. I'll never forget, Chris. The man had to turn down. I know about 50. It was 50 phone calls at least. So guess what I do? I go to sleep. So I wake up in the middle of the morning. I see a light flash coming in the driveway. He at least waited till I went to sleep. But I was just saying, this dude was trying to tell him, no, my guy's in town, my agent's in town. But guess what? The girls kept calling. So, but he happened to be a nice looking, he happened to be rich. So, Chris, I don't know if I was a girl. I don't know. I might do the same thing.
So women are chasing fame? They don't chase love. They don't chase respect. They don't chase relationships. What are you saying, Robert?
I'm not chasing nothing. I just know.
I'll tell you what you're saying about women.
He was tall, nice looking, rich, driving foreign cars. Hey, sometimes. Think about it. Some women, they like tall, nice looking, rich guys like that who can change their life in one night. So,
whoa. How's he gonna change their life in one night?
That guy there could have changed her whole life in one night. Her and her kid. Huh? What?
Change it out.
Monetarily, why?
How? Just give her some money or buy a car?
I mean, if she with him, her life gonna change. Her kids gonna go to private school. Her kids gonna go to private school.
You mean if she got like a raggedy car, he could buy like a nice car? Is that what you saying?
Hey, y'all, I got to tell that story. I ain't gonna call no names. This a right. I ain't telling you nothing else. I'm not telling you nothing else. But
Tell the
hey,
story. Tell
hey,
the
y'all,
story.
it's a player. It's a player was over my house. You know, he hung out with me, stayed with me for about 2 or 3 days, right? So the girl came over there to see him, right? So she came over, but when she came to the door, she was crying. And I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "The police have stopped me twice because I'm driving." I said, "Yeah, baby." I said, "Why did they stop you?" She said, "My headlight was out." I said, "Yeah, baby, if you in this neighborhood with your headlight, they gonna stop you. So don't cry. I got you. Come on in. Come on in." I went and told homeboy. I said, "Homeboy, I don't know how good a weekend you gonna have with this girl. But man, you gonna have to get that girl's car fixed or buy a new car." He bought a new car. So these guys can change them girls' life and she got a brand new car.
So you saying when Chris Brown say, "When a rich brother wants you"?
Yeah, listen.
I know you don't know who Migos is, and they say
I know who Migos is.
And rich brothers to the broke brothers to the left, broke rich brothers to the right.
I ain't never heard that one.
Fight night. You never heard Fight night?
I ain't heard.
Boy, them hip hop dudes, boy, they something else, boy.
Hey, man.
Say something.
Hey,
boy.
But you got to understand. Some women say, "I'd rather be quiet."
Kim Jackson, boy, she gonna
what
get
she
it.
say?
Put her on the screen. Tell Kim Jackson, get on the screen right now.
Kim Jackson, send me your. Hey, Kim Jackson.
Put it in right now.
Hey, Kim Jackson, do me a favor. Send me your email address to chopshophtx@gmail.com.
Bet she won't do it.
Chris gonna bring you on the show. Chopshophtx@gmail.com. And Kim, I'm gonna send you the link to get onto the show. If you can. She might be at work. If you can, I want Chris calling you out, Kim Jackson, right now. But yeah, Atlanta talking about what is a BMW. Let me tell you something. He bought her a nice car. I ain't gonna even tell you about it. Yeah, it was on the BMW side. Dude, the man went the next day. Cause I said, man,
it wasn't nothing to him, right? How did he like when you said it to him? Was he like, "Man, I'm not gonna do it"?
No, he ain't say nothing. He just got quiet. Okay. He got quiet. Next day, he went and got them bands. Huh?
So that one night, so you saying that one night changed her life?
Yeah. Wow. Kim Jackson at work. She at work. She's scared. Yeah,
scared like a rabbit.
She's scared. Yeah. He's scared. Look, Chris, I like how you handle it.
I'm not a getter, Hannah. I'm a handler. Okay?
I see.
Hey, man, we got to get to the elephant in the room right now.
What's the elephant in the room?
Your boy had money on the game last night.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes. He had money on the game, but I'm telling you, he was running around like a scared rabbit. I'm like, homeboy, throw the ball. What are you doing?
Chris.
He had money on the game, Doc. I don't care what nobody say. That dude had money on the game.
Chris, something was very wrong.
And I told you, I know you didn't see it, Tyreek Hill was losing his mind on the sideline.
You told me that.
And he didn't throw him but one ball, I think, the second half.
Something was going on that sideline. Travis Kelce usually be upbeat. I saw him kind of quiet. That's it. Hey, Chris, I don't even like to think like that.
Something happened, bro. And that last play, Nate Burleson, I love you, but Boomer Esiason, he's like, "Hey, man, what's wrong with you, man? You run the ball, you kick the field goal, man. You don't throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage and they stop him." That play came back to haunt them. You know, you think that it's not, but who would think that this dude would play that way the second half, man?
Jim, great Chris, guess what I saw? And I think I wrote it in. I think I did something for you. I wanted y'all to see something. I'm glad you said that. No, it was something. Let me check this thing out. I think I put it on the screen. Thought I already put it. Yeah, I did put it on the screen already. But it was a guy that won a bet, Chris. at the casino, right, was a guy who won, a parlay bet. There it is right there. I got it. He spent $20 on a casino credit, right? And he bet the exact score of the both games. And look how much he won, Chris. Let me get your name out the way right quick. Your name is in
His name. Oh. What?
Yes. $20 casino credit. He bet, dude. And another guy did something similar. It was about $200-some thousand, Chris. This stuff, I didn't know them kind of bets. I don't gamble like that, Chris. So I didn't know those kind of bets goes down. But man,
well, that's why people, when you see stuff like that, now you see why people have a problem with gambling.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That dude, they're gonna lose all that money back.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gambler. That's what gamblers do.
Yeah, he gonna lose all that money.
He gonna buy him a couple of things. Hey, he gonna change somebody's life. He gonna change a few people's lives, if you know what I'm saying. So you say one night can change their life?
You know where I got that from? What's the little boy? What's the little boy name? Bow Wow. Bow Wow got a little song talking about big time. He talking about I can change a life. I can change a life in one night. Bow Wow. That's where I got that from. But those guys can. But let me tell you a little bit about that game. Let's shout out to Joe Burrows. We can talk about Mahomes. You said,
man, that's crazy, man.
You can say, but no quarterback in history has won the Heisman and the national title and the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow has a chance to do all of that in 3 years, man.
Yeah.
I was just looking at him. He was drafted by a team that went 2-14 before he arrived. The worst record in the NFL. He tore his ACL last year, Chris, during his rookie year, and the Bengals only won 4 games. Now, just a year later, Burrows and the Bengals are going to
you forget the other piece, Hatter, that you and I talked about yesterday. He was at Ohio State sitting behind who? Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins, yes.
Couldn't get off the bench.
Yes.
Had to leave and transfer.
Yes.
And look at the dude's life right now. So all you people out there, when you think your life is over, you lose a job, you lost your car, you can't get this. Look what happened to this dude, man. I guarantee you this dude was like, think about what this dude had to go through every day. He's not the only one. Think he's probably not good enough. The other dude gets drafted. I don't know, what was Haskins drafted? Was it Haskins or was it the guy J.T. Barrett? It was one of those guys. Think about who the coach was. Oh, well, I think it was Urban Meyer. No, it wasn't Urban Meyer, was it?
Yeah, Urban with all them coaches. Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, this dude leaves, and look what Cincinnati, dog.
Chris, it just...
And you know what he did? He did it the same way he did Alabama and LSU. They had him sacked 2 or 3 times and couldn't hold on to the dude.
Chris, I'm going to tell you something. Ryan Clark said something unique. He said, Joe Burrow is responsible for 2 of the greatest turnarounds in this millennium. He takes the LSU Tigers from a team that their best play was the toss and pitch and the dive. And then he takes them to a team that has 60 passing touchdowns and the college greatest season of all time. Cincinnati Bengals drafted him number 1 overall, and 2 years later, he gets them to the Super Bowl, y'all. He go to Tennessee and beat the number 1 seed. And he go to Kansas City and beat Mahomes. I don't care what you call him, Mahomes, a point shave or what. Then he walked into the stadium with a blinged out necklace. And now he talking about get the gat. That's my song. How they do it? Get the gat. Joe Burrows is that dude, Chris.
Oh, he's a bad dude.
Bad dude, Chris.
Hey, listen. I don't care. They can talk about the rest of them dudes. He proved it. They can talk about Baker Mayfield. He got all the commercials. Don't win. You can talk about Aaron Rodgers, discount double check. Don't win. And you can talk about Dakota Prescott because he played for the Cowboys. Don't win. Disgusted. This dude here said, I'm going to show y'all. And got it done. So, I mean, like,
I got a question. I got a question.
By coaching.
Come on. Go on. Because Palmer ran. No, I'm gonna leave Palmer ran alone. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. Keep going. What you say?
The coach of the Rams, I forget who's the little coach of the Rams.
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay. And Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor worked for the Rams.
Yes.
Sean McVay, 36, I want to say.
Yep.
And McVay,
Both
McVay is 36. Zach Taylor, 38. How about that?
Yeah.
Young dudes.
Yeah. Under 40.
Hey, man, bring over the Odell Beckham here. I deal with it. Jalen Ramsey, man, bring that dude here.
Wait a minute. I don't like the way you talk about Jalen Ramsey. I just don't like.
No.
You got one more? You got one more?
Allow him to be himself. Live in LA. Think about LA, the most crazy. LA and New York, LA and Miami, the craziest places on earth. Allow them to. Von Miller, Aaron Donald. He got more personalities there you can deal with, bro, and you can handle. And that young, and maybe it's something to be said about these young dudes, being able to wrangle these guys, even though the young brothers can't get a job in the NFL.
Guess what?
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Thaddeus Moody. And Thaddeus Moody, I was trying to think of the name. He was behind Haskins and Fields.
Justin Fields. Yeah.
Yes.
Justin Fields. Not J.P.
Yes. Yeah. You good. You good.
I mean, but I'm saying, my point is, they got two young dudes on the 40. When they always say, oh, you don't have enough experience or you this and that, they're proven. I would just like to see them prove it with a guy like Leftwich, with another guy like Bieniemy. And listen, something's fishy about this Bieniemy thing. I'm sorry, guys. I got to put it out there. Something just a tad bit fishy to me, Hatter. It's just too many jobs that's just in come and gone. I'm sorry. I got to go there. Something's getting a little fishy. And maybe you don't think that way, but I do. Because somebody made a great point. I don't know if it's on the chop shop, so let me get this right. The guy that plays for the Buffalo Bills who gets beat time and time again by Patrick Mahomes, the offensive coordinator can get a job, but Bieniemy can't. So I don't know what's going on. I'd love to get Bieniemy because, he going fishing right now, so we should try to get him on the show so we can find out what's happening. But come on, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And then I hear Kellen Moore may get the Miami Dolphins job. Unbelievable.
Hey, Melvin Dew. Let's let Deshaun Watson get out of these legal troubles first. Please. Let's let him handle that first. He ain't played in a year now. You're talking about people coming out to him. He ain't played in a year. So let's Deshaun Watson, and from what I see on social media, he thinking about playing. I'm glad I ain't been sending. I'm glad I haven't been sending Chris what I've been seeing on social media. But he ain't thinking about. I mean, don't seem like. I guess it ain't nothing he can do about it though.
Okay, so Ken Gamble say Bieniemy to the Saints.
He just
I don't know if
guessing.
he got inside.
He just
guessing. Okay, guessing. Okay.
He said, "Please share the Bears story." Which story you talking about?
Damn, they called the Texas racist. Oh wow.
Who called the Texas? Chris. Who is going to coach the racist Texas? Yeah, that's James Marsh. Hey man, James Marsh. But James Marsh, let me explain to you. You know I love.
I don't know about that.
All of them.
No, stop it.
Every last one of them.
Not all. Not all. Not all. Some. Just some. What are you talking about?
In my 30 years, hold up. In my 30 years of experience, I wouldn't be surprised. See, what y'all don't understand, the guys who own those teams, they're in the 70s and 80 years old. They were guys that benefited from Jim Crow. They grew up. The moms and dad taught them a certain way. So that's the reason I say what I say. So I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm just looking at history, Chris. I'm not saying, hey, man, he's a... Chris, if they're not, they got the propensity to be. Because guess what? They're old men that had their way. Hey, but one of the guys is from another is not white. Is that Shad Khan?
Jaguars, right?
With the Jaguars. So let me tell you something. The reason I say that is because I just look. These guys know Mitch McDonald. These guys know Lindsey Graham. All of these guys know each other. Because rich and powerful guys with that kind of money, they always have what? Political influence. They go to them parties that you're not invited, and I'm not invited. So that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not just putting a blanket statement out there telling, oh, no. Let me tell you something. It's a great chance. And some of their practices lead for you. Okay. When you have to put a rule in called a Rooney Rule to encourage you to hire and interview a minority candidate, it's safe to say you got some other stuff with you. You don't like to call it racism. I'm gonna let whatever Chris Walker call it.
Whoa!
No, you don't. You say it's not racism. You say it's not all, Robert. But if somebody got the institute, then hold up. And if you hire one of these black guys, we're gonna give you some draft picks. So Chris, all I'm saying, you might be right. Not all, Robert, but all of them got a chance to be. That's all I'm saying. That's all of them got a chance to be. The world, Chris, you would grow up, you grew up a different way. I grew up a different way. Those guys grew up a different way. And guess what? They got so much money, can't nobody tell them nothing. Did you see Kroenke last night? Kroenke ain't thinking about, Kroenke ain't having Chris Walker type problems. So how can he relate to Chris Walker? That's what I love. If y'all watched the show the other day, when Dee Dee Richards was on there, and I hope I can find the picture. I put a picture up, please, Dee Dee. Okay, here it is. This was Dee Dee. She's at the party with Jay-Z. The richest person on that thing, y'all know Jay-Z. But that's Clara Tsai. That's Joe Tsai, the owner of the Nets' wife. Mm-hmm. And don't nobody know who she is. But that's the lady who got her husband to give $50 million to racial injustice issues. Gary Templeton. Gary Templeton is not a household name in basketball, but he was one of the Players Association rep. She used to always request meetings to him so she can see how she can help. Her husband, Joe Tsai, was running the streets of New York. New York's supposed to be the greatest city in the world. That's where Chris Walker lives right now. That's where my son lived last night. I'm gonna remind you about something that he witnessed the other day. Chris, Joe Tsai jogging, and he said some guys in a truck was looking at him, staring at him. So he said he didn't know what they was gonna do something with him. He said he was so scared, he just took off running. He said because it was around that time that people was, this Asian hate. People want to do something to Asian because somebody come out the Chinese flu. Some stupid ass dude come talking about the Chinese flu. We ain't gonna call his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But Chris Walker, think about this. So this man came back to his wife, Claire, and said, now I know how it feels to just be discriminated against and be in fear because of the color of my skin and my race. He felt it. Kroenke ain't felt that yet. The other owners might not feel that yet, Chris. That's all I'm trying to explain. That's all. And by the way, there's a young lady, somebody sent this.
Oh, so why they got to stop racism and end racism in every end zone and all that?
It's okay. Because the NFL offices, Roger Goodell, them run that part. That's their job. The owners ain't doing it. The owners saying, man, I pay you, man. Y'all do that. That's Roger Goodell's and Troy Vincent. That's their baby. right? Of course. Hey, I ain't saying they want to keep racism going on. I ain't saying that, but guess what? My boy Lewis Hamilton, he got on his helmet. He got them people in Formula One writing in racism on everything. And that's the most racist sport in the world, Chris. And guess what? He got some of the players kneeling before every race to end racism and wearing the shirt. And those are the most So, Chris, it's a process, Chris. Chris, it was a process for them people to be a racist. So it's going to be a process. Let me tell you, what you said about the king, what you said about Pharaoh.
What about
only
him?
person can change Pharaoh heart is who?
It's God.
Okay. How about that?
That's it.
But let me share something. Brandon Johnson on the screen. Corey Henderson sent me something the other day about this young, beautiful lady. Let me make sure I got it. Jumped out of in New York, Chris.
Oh, the skyscraper.
Jumped out. Do you
Miss
know?
USA.
Do you know my son was at that building and he saw the body on the street?
Why did I saw that pop up on my feed.
Her name is Chelsea Kiss, who won the Miss USA crown in 2019, is dead after a Sunday morning fall from her high-rise home in New York City.
I'm trying to figure out what home was she at. You know what?
I can ask Robert.
One of those houses, because a lot of these skyscrapers, they don't have they don't. You know what? She could jump off. Yeah, I'll take that back. You could jump off. You could jump off. You can definitely jump off.
Beautiful.
They have a lot of different
successful, living in a high rise. I don't know if somebody
she jumped off or she got pushed off.
I don't know. We don't know. I don't know. But what's so funny, I send that to my son because he live in New York. So anytime I get some news, he said, Dad, I was at that building. We were at that building. We saw her on the street when the police arrived. Yeah, it was crazy. Landon says she was on the 29th floor in the common area. Thank you. I didn't read all of it. I didn't even read the article. They just sent that to me.
You know what? It says she's an attorney. Do you know what it would take to make somebody jump off a building at 29 feet? Do you know? I don't want to know how far stuff is. I'll show you.
How would you know? Because you're not going to do it.
Let me show you how far down.
Yeah, you ain't going to do it. What floor you on, Chris?
How far down that is, man.
Chris, what floor you on?
I'm on the 45th floor. But listen to this, man.
Wow.
You going to jump down looking at that?
Wow.
Come on, homeboy.
Wow.
You look at the road down there.
I'm looking.
Who gonna jump down on that? You gonna jump down on that? Oh my God!
Chris,
it must be something really wrong to do that.
I told Corey bring this up to me. I said, man, be kind to everybody because everybody's fighting a battle. Everybody's fighting a battle, man. She was a correspondent on Extra. Man, we don't know what was going on in this girl's life, man. But we'll never know unless she left a manifesto. Manifesto. We'll never know. Check this. She was an ex-attorney, Chris. She currently was a host for Extra viewing celebrities. Wow. Oh, Lord. Y'all got to understand, she's my daughter's age.
Fame, bro. I
just wanted, parents, Chris, parents. I got to share something with parents right now, Chris. I got to, Chris. I wasn't going to do it. I was going to do it another time. But Chris, I got to do it right now. That kind of got me there, Chris. And I want to, parents, do me a favor. I was watching this movie. Okay. Have y'all seen the Denzel Washington's production of the New York Times bestseller? The movie was entitled The Journal for Jordan.
No, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. If you have not seen it, I would invite you to go see it. A Journal for Jordan. It tells the story of a sergeant, Chris, who was deployed to serve. And okay. You can go now, Chris, and I'll tell the story.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right. Okay, y'all. It tells the story of a sergeant who was deployed to serve in Iraq. Okay. Uh, his pregnant fiance had the prophetic foresight to have him chronicle a journal for their unborn son in the event that he didn't return home safely. Check this out. In true Shakespearean format, the father is met with his untimely demise and his untimely fate. He passed away. His son goes through the adolescence journey in his life until one day in middle school he gets bullied and badgered over his skin. Share the show on this one. This one y'all got to share. This is shareable. Not being brown enough to blend in with the black students, not being bleached enough to commingle with the Caucasians. He returned home one day with a bloody nose and, what's worse, a bruised sense of self. It was at that moment that the mother decided to present him with the journal that was penned by his father, that was jotted down from the front lines and the battlegrounds for him to learn who he was and where he came from. I want to say a word to everybody, especially parents. These parents, because far too many parents withhold their battle scars. I'm one. From the warfare that I have endured from their children. I didn't tell my son the struggle. I didn't tell my daughter the struggle. Not realizing that it can be used for them as artillery to fight against generational curses. Was Kwesi Mfume, congressman, in his book entitled No Free Ride, check this out, Jeremy, said, we give children everything that they want and forget to give them what they need. You have to learn how to tell your children your testimony. And don't wait till you're on your sick bed to do it. I want you to do it today. Tell them why it is that you tell them no when they're in the store. It's not always because you can't afford it. You tell them no. Hear this, because your parents couldn't say yes. Tell them why it is that you walk around the house turning off lights. Because when you were growing up, lights on was a luxury reserved for the wealthy. Tell them how it is that you didn't finish college, not because you wasn't bright enough, but because your parents couldn't afford it. And the only viable option was the military. Tell them how you, parents, might have been poor, but you shredded, you were shrewd enough not to get entrapped by student loans. Our parents often articulate their frustrations. They are fluent in telling kids their disappointments. They have no problem speaking their anger. But very rarely does parents do they ever share their prayers, their hopes, and our expectations. Most black children has never heard their parents say, I believe in you. Most children have never heard their parents say, I believe in you. Your child, they may be grown, they may be in college, they may be living on their own. You can text them now. You can text them right now. Text them, I believe in you. I did it to my kids last night. Call them from upstairs. Disconnected their video game. Get them out of bed and shake them and let them and look them in the eye and say, I believe in you. After young Jordan read that letter from his father, he felt emboldened to be who he was created to be. Ladies and gentlemen, Proverbs 13:22 says, it's good to leave your children an inheritance. So many of us as parents, we're so busy doing life that we forget that we produced life. So I took the liberty of writing on behalf of you, to you, a letter that I want you to give to your children. Y'all, I actually emailed my kids this late last night. Hold on, Jimmy. I'm going to finish this and I got you. And I don't want you to tell them it came from me. This came from you. I wrote this letter for you parents to give to your kids, to give to your children. Whatever their name is, you tell them, I want you to tell them that you are the greatest hope of this family. I feel like I needed to write you today just to let you know that you have a cheerleader when you are tackled by life. I'm going to be your paramedic when the world wounds you. Nobody ever said the road is going to be easy, but anything worth having in life will never come easy. I wrote this letter to my kids this morning. No matter how rough it may be, please remember, I believe in you. When I look at your hands, I know you will run the ball and not drop it. But even if you do have the confidence, I got the confidence that you will pick it up and run some more because I believe in you. Your hands will give to the earth a level of ingenuity that the earth has never seen. Your hands were created to pull knives out of the back of those who have been left for dead. Your hands will pull up people that were pushed down to the ground. Your hands were created to stir the pot so that those at the bottom will rise to the top. I believe in you. When I look in your eyes, I have the confidence that you will see things that are supposed to be and not that they are. When I look in your eyes, I have faith that you will not be distracted by illusions or temptations, that you won't even blink. Jameson Morrow, send this to your daughter. Please, because your eyes will stay fixed upon the goals and you will never stray from your morals, especially these kids at college. I believe in you. When I look into your heart, I know that it beats for something better. Never settle until you achieve it. And if you cannot achieve it, I expect you to build it. Your veins carry the blood of people who endured slave ships, whips, chains, lynching trees, and segregated lunch counters, all while maintaining a smile. There is not a hard day enough that can break you. There is not a night that can become dark enough that will ruin you. The fact that you're alive means that you breathe potential, simply because you are exhaling opposition and you are inhaling opportunity. You will not be suffocated by society. You will not be strangled by stress, because I am standing here as your parent to breathe life back into you. I need you to remember, until you are on your deathbed, I still believe in you. P.S. I still believe in you. Jimmy, I got you now. Y'all go back and get that later, because I can't repeat it. But let me tell you something. I sent that to my babies this morning. And let me tell you something. Man. They just tweeted back, I love you, Dad. They just hit me back. Man, we got the text. We got to. This young girl, 30 years old, jumped out of a 29-story building. I fell out of, however, beautiful, had everything. Parents, text your kids right now. I believe in you. What's up, Jimbo? What's up, baby? Hold on. Let me tell you what he was doing last night, y'all. Let me show you what he was doing. Hold on. I mean, Saturday night. I'm talking about Saturday night. Let me see that. Did it? Hold up. I put it somewhere. Hold up, Jimmy. Where I put it? Hold up. Let me show you what he was doing.
We got 8 steps to the group.
You know how much I have to trust a motherfucker to be blindfolded this long?
You know what that mean? What that mean? How much? Tell me how much you gotta trust him?
A whole motherfucking lot.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah.
Come on, then.
Got me walking fucking. I don't even know where the fuck I'm going.
Come on.
Goddamn.
And what else?
Yeah, everything, motherfucker.
Tell you something, man. Before you say anything, let me tell you something. Boy, you got the patience of Job. Cause old crazy Robert, I would have said, you keep on talking crazy. I'm gonna just take you back home. I would have said, you talking about, girl, I got you. Yeah, she talking mad stuff, man. Tell me, you know how much I got to do. I can't wait. I'm gonna keep that one. What's up, man? Man, congratulations again. Sandra's birthday this week, a couple of days ago. Doug's birthday today. We just having both birthdays every day. And guess what, Jimmy? My birthday every day. So, yes, we have birthdays every day. What's going on, man?
Hey, now y'all see how I get this foul mouth. Y'all see where I get it from.
No, you
good. That's a whole different language. That's the common language spoken in my household. But, I mean, and I promised some people that I would, because people ask, they would seriously ask, and you can tell she was been genuinely blindfolded for a minute. She wasn't blind. So I promised I would share the story of how this transpired on the Chop Shop.
Oh, okay.
And I want to ask you guys to share your show right now to your timelines, to your pages, to your groups. This is, I mean, for real.
Jimmy, you said 8 more steps. The man said you said 8 more steps.
8 more steps. I mean, we were about 8 steps away.
Yeah.
So, how this went down? First of all, of course, Sandra turned. That was her 50th birthday, which man seems like yesterday. So, shout out to her. She took it all in good spirits. It was funny to me because you guys on the video, and that's why I tell people sometimes my new thing is I wish I could see the whole video because that was the highlight of the video. But she was actually a good sport, a really, really good sport throughout the whole ordeal. So this took place on Saturday evening. Her birthday was actually Thursday. Mm-hmm. So Saturday night, we, a lot of people out there that may be watching and wondering, it was Jessica, that's our the middle child. Jessica took upon the liberty to be in charge of being this project manager. Okay. So she was over the party. Okay. Jessica and there were limited invites because they knew that babies would be there, the grandbabies would be there, and because out of respect of the COVID safety precautions. So a lot of people out there, if you have your lip turned up and you're wondering why they didn't invite us, this wasn't
that type of party.
Babies, and we didn't have no time to be sitting there doing no COVID checks at the door and all this stuff. It was a free open party, but they limited people that they knew had been around and a lot of, and to come. So that's the ticket. So this is how this went down. Initially, Jessica was supposed to come and pick us up from the house.
Uh-huh.
Now, mind you, I would tell Jessica along the way, Jessica, now I gave her a list. You need somebody's over the music, you need somebody's over the meat, somebody's over the sides, somebody's over the liquor, somebody's over who's gonna serve. You had all these are moving parts when you put together.
They call logistics.
Decoration. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is her first video now. Mm-hmm. She hit a home run with it.
She did good.
I'm telling you, Jessica, home run with it. So Jessica was supposed to pick us up. So now we get the word the day of, because it's always going to be problems.
Yeah.
But your ability to solve problems without the common public eyeball knowing that there ever was a problem is one of the key ingredients to running a successful event. So problem one, hurdle one, the decorations person to set up all those balloons and the decorations.
Yeah.
They wanted to get in about 1 o'clock. This party was at 6 o'clock. Tip start.
Right.
The people that had another event party that was going on in the place that didn't end till 4.
No.
So now we don't learn that until the day of. It's like, oh snap. I'm like, well, man, what's the solution? So I'm telling just don't panic. We're just extend and delay Sandra's arrival. So then I start thinking, that means we can't bring, other people, you can't come in other people's place, start setting up while they got stuff set up.
Right.
They got to take an hour for cleanup.
Right.
After their event over.
Right.
So now we go, and I'm on the way in. So now I'm getting things, I'm picking up the liquor on Saturday, because that was my department. I volunteered for that, Helen.
You volunteered for what? What you do?
The liquor.
That's a crying shame, man.
I volunteered for that. And guess what? Right. Guess what? I got something I'm going to send you that's going to trip you out. And guess what? One of the things that I got, Helen, is this right here. Sent to your phone.
Okay.
I got that right there. And of course,
no, you got you some of that ill step up in that joint. Let me send that to
flatline the hell out of that bottle. Gone. It's empty. Empty. You go. He gonna show y'all the picture where I'm talking about.
Oh, you had the red blend in that joint. Huh? You showing out.
Absolutely. Now, so Jessica's supposed to come pick us up from the house. Jessica, so she's over there with the decorations people because now at that time, the meat is arriving. The DJ is arriving. So Jessica, I say, you know what? You stay there. Don't you leave to come pick us up. I'll figure it out on this end. You just make sure everything's straight on that end. So I get Sandra's at the house. Now why are you taking so long to change clothes? Now I've been ripping and running all day because now I got to go and stop by the place. Think about it, Howard. I can't get Sandra and then get to the place and have to pack the liquor up the stairs. They supposed to already start that part before we get there. So I had to be conscious enough to realize I need to get by the place and drop the liquor off, drop everything off that need to be dropped off that I had, and then they were adjusting them that way they can fix it all together. So we go and we set out and we say I tell her we're going to Steak 48.
Smooth move.
Which is nearby because the place we were at was in River Oaks.
Yeah.
So we go to Steak 48. Sandra, luckily, Jessica say, no, stall, don't come yet. So now I'm already en route. Something going on with one of the freeways, traffic on 59 going toward downtown. So I take the downtown. So as I pass over I-10 going southbound, check this out, guys. Sandra says, we're going to Steak 48. Now, why the hell would you keep straight on 59? Now we in all this traffic. So I'm got to go with the stay ad lib into the program. I get off the freeway. And then we got to go back and get I-10 and go I-10. It's still congestion everywhere. That's buying time. We get to
So she already done cuss you out. She done cuss you out right now.
No, she ain't got a cuss yet. She right there. That's
she
why
there.
the hell.
Okay.
You know, that's all I got was a hell. I'm having a good day if all I can
Okay.
get is a hell out of Sandra.
Oh,
That mean I
okay.
did.
Okay.
I'm
All
straight A student if all I can get is a hell out of it. That's a good day for me.
right.
So check this out, guys. So we get to Steak 48. I pull in the valet, tell the valet guy, hey, look, I don't know how far you're gonna park us, but we're going in and we're coming back out. She has to use the restroom. That's all really bad. So she's going to use the restroom. She can't hear me. She's out waiting on that side. So I'm telling the valet guy that. So I whoop in. And that boy, I said, I had that intercept, boss. I had that intercept. Flatline that joker. Flatline.
Wait a minute, where was y'all at? This at Steak 48? At the party?
No.
Oh, okay. Come on, man.
Party,
Come on.
it's the party. So
Okay.
we get in Steak 48. I go straight up. We go straight on the elevator and go straight upstairs. And so I'm taking Sandra. I'm leading, but I'm leading with you. I'm taking like I'm looking in the back, go to the back room first. And I'm looking and she peeks in. I said, no, they're not in here. So we go to another room, the other party room upstairs in the Steak 48. And she's looking, she don't see Jessica. I said, oh, so now I whisk around about the other side of the bar. And we go, that's Jessica. That's my baby girl. So that is Jessica. Now, of course, she took her shoes off by the end and put her slippers on. You know, the feet get them young girls, they get to wear them cute shoes. Them feet get to throbbing around by hour number 3 or 4. So that's Jessica. Those are the decorations that I explained to you guys. So we go downstairs. We look around, go to the room to the right, the party.
So she really thinks something happening at Steak 48.
Yes. So now she's crying like, where are they? I say, so now I got to whisk her back around and whisk her back out. And I say, and I'm acting like I'm frustrated. Like, you know, and I'm telling them, why the hell would y'all have me going here, man? What the hell going on? So now I get the phone and I'm telling them, I say, saying, they down the street. They changed up on us. So now we get in the car. Sandra's quiet. She said, I don't know why they would come to Steak 48 in the first place, could bring in all those babies. And the kids, they can't afford that. That's going to be a high ticket. They're saying, the babies, they're trying to do something for you. Don't worry about that. You worry about the wrong thing. Don't worry about the mule. Just load the wagon.
Hey, Jimmy, romance before finance is a nuisance. But keep going.
We go down the street. And she said, where we going now? I said, I had to think fast. Where could they be affordable? Because that raised the red flag, affordable. We going to Grand Lux. They had Grand Lux. So now we go to Grand Lux. Now, I done went and picked up a skunk from the storage early that Saturday because I knew it was supposed to be kind of chilly that night. And the dress we had on was sleeveless. So I got a skunk out the thing and one of the coats. And so the coat is in the back. I didn't drop it off at the hotel. I mean, at the place at the complex earlier.
Right.
So we get at Grand Lux. I pull in the handicap spot. She said, why you pulling handicap? We don't have the sticker. So I get out. I pop the back. I give her a jacket. She's getting out the car now. So I say, no. They're not in here. Here's the deal. They at a private location. Jessica says to you, I pull out the scarf. I had a scarf I already had brought from home. I say, I must blindfold you to take you here. That's the only way she says to bring you. So when I said that, I say, Jessica, and the key word I got to use, Heather.
Nico.
Jessica, I know and the grandboys, the grandbabies, the nappy head grandbabies, they all waiting on you. And so when I said that, she was in full compliance. I put that scarf around her. She got back in the car. And now we take off. But she's been there before, Ada. She's been there before. So if I would have went straight down Westheimer back past Steak 48 from Grand Lux, she would have kind of knew where we were going. So I go and I take the scenic route. I go from Westheimer. She couldn't see out of that.
Okay.
So she's sitting there. Now she admitted later on she's trying to drop stones and pebbles to figure out where we're going.
Jimmy, hold up. Marissa thinking the same thing I'm saying. This too damn much. No wonder you got cussed out. But keep going. Come
Yeah.
on.
So she even took a little baby nap because Jessica, they still not ready yet. Jessica say 10 minutes.
Damn.
So I'm driving for 10 minutes over there through the South, doing Richmond, and I backdoor and come back up and end up getting her to the place.
She
So
tired
now
of your
I
ass,
took-
man. She was
But she
tired.
can't see me texting because she's blindfolded. So I'm texting with Jessica and the guy Corey, his girlfriend she lived there, and she was instrumental because the key was, how am I going to get Sandra through by the concierge out of the valet into the complex without talking to anybody?
Nobody, right.
Then she gonna know I need to get up to this 8th floor to the party. So they down there waiting. They waiting. When she get out the valet, they whisk Sandra up into the elevator. The elevator's open and waiting. Nobody's saying nothing. She just walking and we're walking up. And guess what? She get on the elevator and she talking, she doing look complaining. It wasn't cussing, it was funny. The lady is on the elevator with her, she's laughing her ass off. And I think she may have been the one doing the taping, maybe, I don't know. But that was kind of the story, and you guys saw we got off the elevator. But she had been blindfolded every bit of 25 minutes. Blindfolded. She's a trooper, man. That was the thing that we walked into. Great night for the party. And good weekend. I mean, Jessica, shout out to Jessica, the rest of the family, all of her media family members were there.
She said she almost fell. Sandra said, but Jimmy, how you taking over something down and making a fall?
When you get, it was, heels.
I'm
Sometimes
the elevator.
I'm two-handed walking backwards with her.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, her shoe got stuck one time. That's what I said, but it wasn't no big thing. I had but that was a good night.
Jimmy, be truthful. You fell in Minnesota. You wasn't trying to make Sandra fall in Houston. You fell up there in Minnesota.
No, I couldn't let her fall.
Okay, come on.
He fell in the snow?
Yeah, he fell in the snow. I'll tell you that later, Chris. I'll tell you that later. Come on.
Hey, but that was that, man. Hey, Chris Walker, C-Walk. Guess what? On the way, listen, this was Saturday. But I'll tell you the story about Sandra's surprise birthday party. Mind you, when we left the house, it was approximately 5:40, 5:30.
Yeah.
5:30 on leaving the house. I put the radio on KTSU to hear the Texas Southern Prairie View basketball game broadcast.
And who did you hear?
Because we know that Chatterbox is on there. We know Devin Wade is on there. And we had somebody making their debut on KTSU doing a collegiate conference basketball game.
A rivalry.
One of the most spirited rivalries of all of the SWAC for us basketball, that is, in recent years. That's TSU versus Prairie View. On the hill, Robert Haller was on the broadcast. He's coming through, and Haller's talking about the press gonna come back and they're gonna poke the ball from behind. And he's explaining, he's doing the color commentary. And you think I just took long?
No, Jimmy, that's not what he said. Haller said, when I used to be a star in college, that's how we did it. He got
Say,
I
he
hate
didn't
you,
say
man.
those words, but one time he did remind Chatter and Devin Wade that I used to play this game. I said, boy, they're going to cut his mic. They're going to mute his mic.
Hey, you know what? I'm mad now, Jimmy. Jimmy, you ain't text me and said y'all were listening to it. Man, I'm hot as hell.
And I'm trying to get Sandra and figure this stuff out in my mind. How we gonna do this? All this stuff running through my head. And then so Sandra said, and then I'm mad as hell because TSU was down by 13 points at the time. They're losing to these dudes. I'm mad as hell. I'm like, wait a minute, you losing to these dudes? So I'm saying it can't be a good broadcast if they're with the TSU, 90.9 KTSU. It can't be a good broadcast if the team is going to get the snot beat out of them. There's no energy you can give through the radio. So I'm like, I say, you know what? I've turned it off because Sandra now getting frustrated because I'm sitting there and I'm quiet. I'm mad at, she don't know what I'm mad at, trying to figure all this out. And now Haller them, they on now, and Haller got to explaining and went right through the commercial break. Chris, went right through the commercial break.
That's right.
He's still talking, trying to explain.
They got me crumped, Jimmy. I stood up. You know how you used to stand up when we was at the station out there. See, they put us in a position that I want to see everything. Prairie View, I didn't like that spot. We used to be in another spot, but evidently they thought ESPN was gonna have that spot, but ESPN had their guys remote. They called the game, so they had us over there, regular. Man, Chatterbox said we used to sit right there on the other side of the court. So I had to step, but I stood up the whole way. Jimmy, let me tell you something. Byron Smith and that Johnny Jones, they were going at it toe to toe. I'm talking about the team. Man, Byron Smith, I don't know where he get these guys from. These guys come at you in way. I thought it was 6 guys on the court at the same time, several times, Jimmy. He seemed like he had 6 because every time TSU got the ball and Paul, my little young fella, PJ Henry, he wasn't used to that heat. No, coach said, no, I got to put my veterans back in here. I got to put my dudes back in here, man. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, man.
PJ Henry is a junior who started at Hartford 2 years ago.
Coach, they were sending them goons at him. And he was going in that corner. You can't go in the corner with them goons. Them goons, oh my goodness.
And he's little.
It wasn't his fault. He just, it was just, but when he called that timeout and switched back to Jordan Gillum, Jordan Gillum steadied the pace. But man, it was unbelievable. Herb Baker, guess who was at the game? Herb Baker came on the broadcast.
What did he say?
No, he was just talking. When a legend come by, man, we got to say.
Played for Texas Southern University.
Yes, yeah, and him and Fox, him and Aaron Fox, they walked in. Yeah, it passed by. So it was, man, Jimmy. I was nervous than a hook in church at first, but once I got cranked up, I said, I'm just gonna be Chris Walker.
Don't do that.
I'm just gonna be.
A couple of questions for you, how the boom room, but I want to know quickly. Okay. I had to cut the broadcast off, of course, to tend to the surprise party with Sandra.
Okay.
What happened? How did TSU manage to turn the game around and erase that double-digit deficit on the road in that type of environment?
They started pressing a pressing team. Usually, pressing teams don't like to get pressed.
Really?
They put that pressure on them, and they was turning. Prairie View was getting that thing up like a slot machine. They was giving it up. And hey, man, I'm just so proud. That Gresham, man. Let me tell you something. That's my team now, Jimmy. They long. What Chris said, they long, athletic, and they recruitable. They long, athletic, and run like the. Hey, man, let me tell you something. And the girls, Jimmy. Shout out to Dee Richards again. She got me to enjoying women's basketball, and I enjoy. Jimmy, let me shout out to 2 of my.
Did you see Carlos Wilson?
Carlos Wilson was on the big. Carlos Wilson was responsible for giving me the keys to the game. See, Chris, guess what? They done already come. They're gonna have Robert's rules the next game. Like Chris Walker. They're gonna have Robert's rules. Coach, I'm trying to be like Chris Walker, man. Hold on.
Oh my God, Robert Rules.
Yeah, they're gonna have Robert Rules of the game. Yeah, it's going. Hey, thanks to Chatterbox. That's Chatterbox come up with that. But hold up, check this out, Chris. On the girls' side, Chris, Jimmy, you got to remember Jada Perry. Where my girl at? Where my girl? Ataya Bridges and Andriana Taylor. Mm. That look, Ataya Bridges. She the little general, little point guard. She reminded me of Andre Turner. She was the steadying force. They came. It was ebb and flow, and they got the best coach in the world. They got a Hall of Fame coach. Cynthia Cooper was working there. Hey, one of my girls. Hold up. I'm sorry, Adriana Avant. She got hurt, Jimmy, and was back behind the bench. Get what Cynthia Cooper said.
What?
Tell her I don't care what's wrong with her. Get her back in this game.
No, hey.
if she can walk.
I got a question for Chris.
Uh-huh.
If you're a coach and like you say that in the game, and like say for people that are sitting close to the bench, the spectators, they can hear this. What does that mean for your backups that you recruited on this team What does that mean? What are you saying about them? If you're saying, if you make that type of statement like, I got to have you in this game.
Yes.
Didn't you recruit those other players?
Yeah.
I mean, dude. Those other players. Hold on, let me tell you something.
Come on,
those
Chris.
other players know. Those other players know.
Yeah. See that dude?
They may feel something in their heart, but they know. Man,
Jimmy.
Let that dude go in there and get that heat. Look, we want to win. They want to. Come on now.
See that girl? She hit 1 3. The net didn't move. I didn't even think she hit it. I think the refs had to go back and said, "What the?" She hit one. The net didn't move. Bam! Got us back in the game. But man, it was just unbelievable, Jimmy. I did not know it was gonna be like that. They threw me into hot catfish grease, and TSU won both games. And I can't. Hey, Jimmy, I can't wait to do it again now. I'm going to be better. Jimmy, I'm not going to go through the commercial the next time. That ain't my fault. They should have turned that thing out. It's my job to talk. It's my job to talk. Chris Walker told me no dead air. I got to talk.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dominate that thing,
Yeah,
baby.
man. So that was good. Of course, Texas Southern with the win over Prairie View in overtime, guys. That was a classic game. It now puts TSU, as of today, they're only one game out of first place. Now, there's 4 teams tied for first. Thank goodness Southern lost for the sake of a Texas Southern angle of Texas Southern alumni supporter.
Yes.
We need Southern to lose. We're not hoping that they lose all the time. Only for the standings. We love Sean Woods and Jetro Hillman and little young Price and all the rest of the crew over there. And our guy PJ, PJ that plays for PJ Bird, who plays.
Yeah, PJ Bird.
Played
Bush.
Yeah. Used to be
he was a teammate of Brandon Etienne.
Yes.
At Bush High School.
Hold on, stop, Jimmy. Brandon Etienne was that man. Jimmy.
I heard he hit a key 3, fell down. I heard he was in a zone. He and Jordan Gillum, I heard that was the first time that they both were in a zone in the same game.
Dude.
And who them dudes play for in the summertime? Oh, what? Not my bad. Sorry about that. Go, keep talking, man. Keep talking.
They play.
Keep talking. What's how do you wow?
I don't know. I'm not the high school basketball guru. Jimmy could tell you that one. I might tell you the wrong team.
I said,
did
I say Brandon Etienne? I'm thinking
it's Bryson. Bryson. Yeah, Bryson.
Brandon is the cousin who played at North Shore High School during the same time.
Okay.
Bryson Etienne is the young man who played for the Chris Walker Academy. Not Bryce, but Jordan Gillum played for Chris Walker Academy. And Bryson Etienne played in the summer. Who he played with in the summer, Chris? He didn't play for you.
He played me for a hot second. He played for did he play for the Defenders?
Somebody said the Defenders.
He
played for me. Yes. He played maybe for a half of summer.
But Jimmy, I got something else I wanted to tell y'all. This one guy I was wanting to tell y'all about.
Now while you looking it up, Herb,
huh?
While you looking it up, I think somebody had a question for you, and that was, they say Paul asked you, how about my guy Darrell Roberts from Prairie View? What did you think of him, Heather?
He was decent, man. He was decent. Number 5, I like him. He's a little wild and out of control. He kind of jacked the game off a little bit. He was with us. I like him. I even called his name. I said he with us. Y'all on the broadcast talking about he with us.
Yeah. Tell them what that means. They don't know what that means.
He with us. That means he on our side. He playing. he helping us. He was helping.
You said it during the broadcast?
Yeah, I said it. I said he with us. Yeah. I sure what the hell did. Jimmy, I got to be me, man. I'm not finna come on there and be, well.
No, but he hold up, Jimmy. He got to be a homer. He's for TSU.
Yeah, I'm a homer.
Yeah. He's not with ESPN.
Yeah, I didn't have no Prairie View blood. I had Jimmy, I'm maroon. Now, Jimmy, that's the only thing I don't have in my club. I don't have nothing maroon. I got to get my maroon game up.
No, you wear gray. You wear gray.
No, I got to
wear maroon, Jimmy. Gray is
got to wear maroon. Jimmy, we have a maroon out.
Hey, Jimmy. He gonna have half Top Shop hating us because now he didn't went over there. He over now. Both of y'all TSU people. Oh my goodness.
I get what I said. I said I'm so glad I go to TSU. I got to sing it there. They say, you didn't go to TSU. I said, my money did. My daughter went. How about that?
They're going to say, we got two celebrities, Megan Thee Stallion and Robin Hatter.
Hatter, did you give a shout out to the president who we got a chance to
Yes,
dine
Dr. Young, Lisa Young. I gave a shout out to her several times. And
Yeah,
she was right up in that joint too. She was right up there getting it in.
She loves sports. She
Love
loves
it.
sports.
Love it.
Your message to Dee Dee says,
Hey, Chris, she's one of those female presidents that's a smack talker. She's a smack talker.
She was talking stuff to me, wasn't it, Jimmy? You remember?
She gave it to you. Now, of course, you guys, it's that time of the week on Monday. We're talking college basketball. You know, every Monday the new Associated AP poll comes out, and shout out to Xavier Wheeler and the Kentucky Wildcats with a huge national televised win over Kansas this past weekend. Part of the Big 12 versus SEC challenge, so to speak. Kentucky has jumped up all the way to number 5.
What was they at last week?
They were number 12. So Kentucky is number 5. University of Houston is now number 6.
Yes, sir.
Baylor drops down to number 8 after losing on the road to Alabama. That Alabama team is a scary team. Remember, they beat U of H.
But Memphis beat the brakes off them.
But here's the thing for Baylor, though. The big fella didn't play for Baylor.
LJ didn't play.
Yes, he didn't play. LJ Cry is out. He could be out. He has an MRI today. Yeah. LJ could be out an extended amount of time.
Yeah,
depending on this doggone MRI.
Yeah.
So people that didn't watch the game may not be privy to understanding. Yeah, and Alabama won that game.
He didn't play none of the big guys. Both Thamba, because he said he wanted to match up against these guys, a match up against them guys. He didn't play
Playing small ball.
They played small ball. Maybe they outsmarted themselves last night. Yes,
I mean, Alabama's just a hot and cold team, man. When Alabama's clicking, you got to realize Alabama beat Gonzaga. When they're clicking, they're clicking. But they also lost to Davidson. I mean, they lose games, too.
They could have lost that one, too. Jimmy, if you saw, did you see the end of the game?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I saw the end of it.
The end of the game, Chris. No, Chris, I'm just telling you. That Baylor was just doing this. Kenjo, your homeboy, just turned the thing off the dribble twice. Hey, man. In a one possession game.
Alabama got a big 3 when they needed it to preserve, to keep the distance away in the closing seconds. They got a huge 3-pointer. Yeah. From the former McDonald's All-American kid. I can't think his name right now, but that was the thing. But still Baylor,
they
18-3 on the season. Yeah. They're number 8. Duke number 9. Kansas is number 10. Think about that. I'll give you the top teams. Auburn stays at number 1. Gonzaga's at number 2. UCLA, Purdue, and then Kentucky rounds out the top 5.
Purdue tough.
U of H, Arizona, Baylor, Duke, and Kansas rounds out the top 10. And Texas Tech moves up now to number 14 on the list. And those are the only. And, of course, University of Texas, is back in after edging Tennessee. Rick Barnes came home this past weekend. I say came home. He came back to Texas for the first time this past weekend with Tennessee and playing against Texas. UT gets the win. Shout out to, what's our young fella's name, Hatter, from DFW? Jones. The young man who overcame the cancer.
Andrew Jones.
Yeah. Andrew Jones has announced that he's donating 10% of his name, image, likeness money to the Jimmy V Foundation for cancer, earmarked for cancer research. That is very, very, very gallant move for this young man who continues to. Let me tell you something. I would not be surprised if he has a lifetime position within the University of Texas athletic department.
Oh, of course.
He's already got 1 or 2 degrees from there already. You know, he's been there 6 years. What 5 years, 6 years now, something like that.
Yeah, he's been there a long time.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if he has a lifetime position waiting on him because he fits the bill as an ambassador for that program.
And you can't leave Villanova as number 12, man. You got to speak about Villanova. We got
man.
We got my man on the show.
Y'all see that picture behind me right now? The shot. Y'all see that? That was in H-Town, by the way. That was.
I was at that game. That's against North Carolina. I hate that game.
Michael was sitting in the stands.
I was there.
Go home, Mike. Go home, Mike.
Guess what? I ain't like that game.
Whatever. And I took you to the one in San Antonio.
I like that one because I was with you that time.
Both our rings came in Texas.
Hey, I was with, check this out. I was with North Carolina alumni, the game in Houston. So I'm cheering for North Carolina. When I'm in Rome, you gave me them tickets in San Antonio.
Oh, you was with me.
Yeah, I was with. I said you gave me the tickets. Can't you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it done. Hey, Doug Jones. Let's see, Doug. See, this what people got to see. I thought I was gonna get to the show without somebody like Doug getting
It's Doug's birthday. It's Doug's birthday today too.
Doug, so I already know what that means. If it's Doug's birthday, hey Jimmy, I know you got that call already. How many Marriott points you got? Because I already know he's gonna call you.
Doug gonna be at the Marriott, man. He switched up on you.
Doug gonna be at the one. Listen, Doug gonna be one of them J Dub. How many J Dubs?
No, he ain't hit me. He ain't hit me up. He ain't hit me up for that.
Hey, Doug.
I know what he did. I know what he did say. He said tomorrow is the first of the month. I'll be there to give him a check.
Man, you not. Hey, man, stop. Hey, Jimmy, you got to learn how to direct deposit, Jimmy. You got to figure out the dress deposit, man. Doug don't want no damn check no more.
I gotta justify for Doug coming to the office at least once a month.
Oh, okay.
All
right, okay.
He goes to work in the field, but he got to come to the office. At least once.
Damn, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. Doug gonna trick that off by the time he make it back to.
Man, Doug gonna buy about 3-4 pair of Jordans by the time he get to put up. Come on, man. You already know it already. And listen, and he already got every last one of them. He gonna get a different color and everything. And you
leave Doug alone. You leave. Doug. He wears size 12, Chris, in case you got some up there.
I ain't messing with Doug, man. Doug, like I said, Doug, I got some Marriott points. Give me a shout, dog. I got you, man.
What else you got, Jimmy?
Of course,
homeboy ain't going to the finals, Jimmy. He ain't going to the Super Bowl.
Who?
Patrick, that's Jimmy homeboy.
That's my homeboy.
Huh?
That's my homeboy.
And Odell Beckham. This
man.
What you got to love about sports. Odell Beckham's with the Browns.
Yes.
Oh, he's this.
He washed.
He's washed the line. He's the problem. He's the this. He in the Super Bowl. So now, what do you think the rest of them players thinking right now? Think about this now. What are the rest of the players in the league saying? Man, hold up. Jalen Ramsey didn't like what was going on. He forced his way out. He in the Super Bowl. Hold up.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham took all that heat. He in the Super Bowl. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm telling you.
Everybody don't have. Hey, everybody.
NFL to the NBA.
Hey, everybody ain't Jalen Ramsey. Everybody can't force.
I understand that. That. But I'm saying they turn the NFL to the NBA. I mean the NFL to the NBA because they're like, man, I'm going to get up out of here, man.
I'm gonna tell you the move that people not talking about. That Von Miller move was one of the shrewdest and the smoothest move, and we went under the radar because Denver wasn't doing nothing. But what Von Miller added to you, if you try to double team Aaron Donald, you're going to have another headache. They call it a headache game. the headache game. They're going to give you a headache. So guess what? That was a shrewd move. Let me tell you, Kroenke, that man spent money, man. That man spent draft picks. Think about this.
But Hatter, if you in the NFL, what you doing it for if you ain't trying to win a championship?
There you go. Absolutely.
That's what I don't get. What you on the team for?
Absolutely.
And you in LA. You done built a $5 billion stadium.
Yeah.
And a Super Bowl is there. What you doing it for?
But guess what? Now we got a dude in Cincinnati is the cheapest owner in history. That man, it's be 1,000 below up there. He won't build an indoor facility for them. No, Paul Brown, I hate it. Any one of our clients ever went there, we know he gonna lowball you. He tighter than the nuts on the Golden Gate Bridge. I ain't never seen that like he just cheap. You know, some people just cheap.
Well, that's why it's bad they made it to the Super Bowl.
That's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Can you imagine how they run? You can imagine how their rings gonna look if they win. But we're gonna look like
they're gonna win them, like you gave your first wife one of them zirconias, them CZs from Zales.
Man, some people man, just sick, man. Some people just
He gonna go to Pandora.
Say, and I see the message out there.
How do you mind? Real quick, Jimmy. Cleveland never gonna have a dome stadium. Minnesota got one. So you know what? That might be a good argument because Minnesota got one.
Yeah.
Because Buffalo probably.
Minnesota got one. Buffalo got one. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have one in New York at MetLife.
Yeah, y'all ain't got no room. Where the hell they gonna put it?
That's why I won't go. I'm not sitting in the cold. You know, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not talking about dome stadium. I'm talking about dome practice facility.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he's so cheap he won't buy a bubble.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely tight. He definitely tight. What are you saying, Jimmy?
Also want to give a shout out to we got, of course, every year it seems like because of strength in numbers, somebody every lineup or every that makes it to the Super Bowl is probably going to have a player, at least one player from the great state of Texas. But we have a Houstonian that is that would be in the Super Bowl, and that is the former running back at C.E. King High School, Travion Williams. Trey Williams played over at Texas A&M initially, and Clarence McKinney, who's the head coach at TSU right now, he was on the staff and was the guy who sealed that deal that signed young Trey Williams to Texas A&M. Remember, Clarence McKinney worked up under what's the former coach who used to be at U of H and then went over to Arizona. Now he's coaching the USFL.
The freak. What's his name? The one like to be in them streets. What's his name? Kevin Sumlin.
Kevin Sumlin.
Kevin Sumlin ain't they don't be no.
Boy, you better stop it. You know better than that.
Come on.
Hey, Chris. Speaking of such,
that boy love to get him Sumlin. Keep going.
How about this? Speaking of football, since you want to get on, Kevin Sumlin coached at Arizona for a little while, and so she's gonna get on Arizona. Then we're gonna make it fair and get on Arizona State.
What
about the head coach over there and the sanctions that are just coming through the pipes about his staff and about that?
About football. He's
about football, right?
Did
they say what Herm in trouble?
Man,
it says at least 3 assistant coaches
went rogue. What do you do, Jimmy?
I ain't read
it was recruiting violations during the pause.
Recruiting violations. I don't know the details yet.
Listen, tell everybody. So here's what I'm gonna tell everybody. If you're not gonna take a plane to Tuscaloosa and talk about what's going on and leave everybody else alone, I tell them every single time.
Absolutely.
If you're not driving to Tuscaloosa, if you ain't driving to what's that city over there? Bryan, Texas, College Station. Don't talk to me about what everybody else is doing. I don't even want to hear about it.
That's a great point.
Period. Don't even want to hear about it. Give me a break, please.
Great point.
Keep it going. And listen, and your boy up there complaining, had a best friend and homeboy, right? Dabo Sweeney complaining about the NIL and complaining about players at Clemson. Dude, Bruce Pearl just got $50 million.
Extra.
Jumbo fish. And y'all telling me college players shouldn't be paid? Y'all have lost your rabbit mind. Lost your rabbit mind. I was talking to somebody, my homeboy yesterday. He was like, man, my daughter's trying to pick what college she going to. She's looking at Ivy Leagues. That old had a mindset. She looking at Ivy Leagues. She looking at Villanova. She looking at Duke and Maryland. You know what he said? You know what any smart daddy say? Hey, man, I hope she picked Maryland. It's $9,000 a semester in state. So you got dudes making millions of dollars, and you got kids going to school in state, getting an $18,000 a year education, and they bringing in millions from the university, and y'all want to tell me that's fair? Y'all lost y'all mind, man. Don't get me started on that, man. That rule needs to change. Jay should be revenue sharing. It is ridiculous what's going on.
Well, do me a favor, Mr. Revenue Sharer. Come up with a plan. I'll submit it to the committee.
Okay. They got plenty of them. Listen, incrementally, change is coming, brother. They're going to have to share it sooner or later.
I know.
Ask all them NBA players like John Wall sitting in Miami getting $40 million to do nothing. Getting $40 million to do nothing. How do you know this better than me? That the CBA and them guys getting royalties off of them jerseys and all that stuff. Tell me that didn't change how much money them dudes make.
All I'm gonna tell you, and y'all remember I told y'all this. Those owners in the NBA are not pleased with a lot of this. Talking about I ain't playing on this night. I ain't playing on the road. I ain't doing this. That Ben Simmons got them hotter than catfish grease. So it's this new collective bargaining agreement, man, and this new lady coming in, they ain't gonna have to deal with Miss Robertson and Michelle Roberts. They got a new lady coming in, and she gonna, she better have a hat on.
What's she gonna do? She gonna fine them if they don't play?
No. I'm talking about the new collective bargaining agreement.
I know, but I'm saying collectively they got to bargain like stuff like that where guys don't play, guys don't want to play back.
Oh yeah.
Guys, all that stuff.
But guess what they want to do? They want to unguarantee the contracts.
Oh hell no.
Okay. Don't you tell me. Nigga, they the owners. Excuse me. They the owners. They can do what the hell they want to. I'm sorry. Hey, they the damn owners. I don't know what the hell you talking about. Hell no.
You over acting like you Drake.
Hey. Coach, you're talking crazy. You're talking like one of them.
They're not going to unguarantee the contracts. They may unguarantee a portion. To unguarantee it will change the game. They start doing what they're doing in football. Lord have mercy.
Homeboy, I'm telling you, they talking to the owners in the NFL, man. I'm just telling you.
Hold up. That's modern day slavery, the NFL. That's modern day slavery.
So that's who they talking to.
Come on, man. NFL means not for long for a reason.
Dude.
Not for long.
They are not going to allow guys like Ben Simmons to do what he's doing.
And, I don't blame him for that. I don't like what they said about me, so I'm not going to play.
Yeah.
But you better get your...
That man...
Say what he want.
Mastermind, I apologize, Mastermind. Chris Walker got on my nerve. I'm sorry, y'all. Man, I can't stand him, man.
I get on your nerve.
All the time.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I got to put it out there. I don't want to say his name.
Put his name.
Sent me a text.
Who?
Somebody sent me a text chopping me up the other day.
Oh,
so
really?
I got to be like, what's that show with the bald-headed brother and the white guy, Tony Kornheiser, and
Pardon the interruption.
Pardon the interruption.
Okay.
So at the end of Pardon the Interruption, they always have errors, right?
Yeah.
Errors. Stuff they, when you talking.
I just had an error. I just had one.
Had to be saying ain't true. So we can have a whole laundry list of errors at the end. Okay?
Yeah, I just had one.
So one of them said, Greg Kite wasn't the first McDonald's All-American. He was right. He was not the first.
He was
McDonald's
a kid from Bryan. He was a guy from Bryan, Texas.
Rudy Woods. Yeah. So then I went into it. I said, well, hold on, man. Because he said, well, you're not being fair because Texas has had guys in the game. I said, what I said was, Texas wasn't being well thought of because we probably could have had 5 McDonald's All-Americans in the 80s if it wasn't for East Coast bias because New York did, right? I said, so our AAU system wasn't refined and we wasn't thought of. And football coaches coach basketball, so they didn't give a damn, right? So, Tito Harper was McDonald's. That's true. LeBradford Smith was a McDonald's. That's true. Ricky Winslow was a McDonald's. But Michael Young wasn't. And Rob Williams wasn't. And if you wanted me, I could tell a whole bunch of guys that should have been McDonald's All-Americans. Go, well, when did Rob come out? The same time Greg Kite came out. But he wasn't no McDonald's. So, come on now. Don't give me this nonsense. And it started like 2002 when they started giving us our love. But before that, they throw us a little crumb here and there. Give us a Bobby Crawford scrub. Give us a couple of dudes, Gerald Brown scrub. They'll give us a couple of dudes.
Oh, Gerald Brown was legit.
Scrub. They'll give us Austin Fort deserved it. Come on, Jimmy. You know where I'm coming from. Chris Clack scrub. I'm just saying. Now, Chris Clack wasn't a scrub. I'm just saying. Shaq, They gave us a couple of dudes. But what's going on now, having 5 dudes in one city, they mad. They mad, man. Because we control every Texas State football and baseball. We run that. We start running basket and track. So now we start running basket. Hey, that was a time when Memphis was hot in basketball. Hatter, remember?
I got some fun.
When they used to pay everybody, they probably used Hatter to do everybody's homework like that dude on Ghost. Like a little homeboy on Ghost that did the dude work that ended up being 20.
Tyreek. Don't talk about Tyreek. That's my dude. Tyreek is the coldest dude on TV.
Look. Everybody in New York hate Tyreek.
No, I love Tyreek.
Everybody in New York City hate Tyreek. They hate that boy. That boy cool as hell. I hate that dude, man.
Yeah, I love him. That's all right. But I got something for both of y'all. I'm glad both of y'all here today. Y'all set this up perfectly for me. Why is Texas Mr. Basketball still a thing?
No.
Why don't we talk? But it is, because they got it listed in the thing. They had Greg Brown was Texas basketball. Mr. Basketball.
I thought it was Gatorade, Jimmy. I thought it was Gatorade now.
Now they have a Mr. Basketball in Texas. The Gatorade, they have that.
Why is it not big no more, Jimmy? We don't even talk about it.
I mean, it is still big. It's a big accomplishment.
I ain't never heard you talk about it.
I mean,
you the guru.
By the time Mr. Basketball, by the time they announced it, we were off into the grassroots season. As back in the days, it wasn't so much going on as far as grassroots basketball. Not as much going on in grassroots basketball. So that's the thing. But so yes, it's still a significant achievement. However, Mr. Basketball in Texas, I think there are certain schools that are not eligible for their kids to be selected for Mr. Basketball. I think it's only for member schools of the organizations, whether it be, I think UIL primarily. One of you guys, high school coaches, can clarify that or modify what I just stated. But that's what I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken. But it is what it is. Just that it's so much. It's so much as far as in basketball, like Chris mentioned a while ago, for us giving the East Coast bias. And it was funny as hell, because back in those days, anytime you bring it up, the people would discount it like, oh man, that ain't nothing. If you could play, you could play. No, it's not so. It's about being discovered, being identified, and also being anointed, validated by those powers that be in a timely fashion. Because you understand, think what's going on. You have more underclassmen nowadays that feel they must play 17 and under, right? In order for it to expedite their exposure. Because if you don't, those guys who are watching those games, when you go to those live events, no matter what you are told, I invite you to just open your eyes and pay attention when you get out there on that circuit. And I want you to count the times you see a McDonald's voter or a voter from the top 100 camp, NBPA, or even Dino's Trigonis, his Pangos camp, because that has a significant platform itself. Count the time you see them at your 15 under game.
Oh, God.
You see?
Jimmy, what's the T-Mac All-Star rule? You play up.
Yeah.
Texas boys.
Yeah, that was your rule.
Play up. And Tremont Marks played at the 8th grade. He played 17s. I remember him playing against who's the kid that played at Duke with somebody that didn't have a jump shot? What's the kid in Houston? They tried to be in Dallas and they ended up playing at Duke. Oh my God,
that's Trey Duval.
I remember Trey Duval going against Tremont Marks in Vegas. I say, son, you're gonna be a star one day. We're gonna have to get you there faster. I'm sorry. You ain't got time to let them dudes need to play their age group. Son, you playing up. You coming with me. We'll figure it out. But we got to get you ready, because if you're gonna win a state championship, we got to expedite the process. And by his senior year, Jimmy, before COVID hit, where was he going?
You were talking about Tremont?
Yeah, they was playing state. They was gonna play. They was gonna play.
They was gonna play Duncanville. They was gonna play Duncanville
championship. That's right. Absolutely.
That's right. I'm telling you, them young dudes, man, play them dudes up, man. And how about this? Don't just pull them up. Play them when you put them up.
Right.
Play them. Let them
Right.
get that head in. It's good for them. It's good for them. They'll be all right. They
I
stars.
got another one for y'all. Right up y'all's alley. Somebody texted me last night, said, Robert, go into this. I didn't know they got this stuff, Jimmy. They got this stuff on Twitter now that comes at the top of your thing. And a lot of people talking.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's called Spaces or something, and I never did. So they told me to invite, and I listened to it a little bit last night. Jimmy, and I want you and Chris to share, because it's a mama came on last night. There's a lot of coaches on from all over the country, assistant coaches. But it's a mom came on and said her son was a 6'5" shooting guard. He ain't got no he got some some D1 interest, but JUCOs have been calling him, and she's talking about the JUCO guy told her the JUCO coach told her, you really D1. We want you, but we think you D1. Right? Telling the boy that, right? Then the mama's and guess what? One of the accolades the mama say he did. This is why, Jimmy, and I want you to clear this up right now so people on this show will never be confused again. The mama said the boy was a McDonald All-American nominee.
Oh my God.
She mentioned that. And I know them coaches said the same thing you did. This dude, the JUCO, and the coach said, let me tell you something. He said, ma'am, can I be frank? If that junior college coach is telling you, that means he don't want the kid either. He telling you you're a D1. So next time you talk to him, you said, well, we want to commit to you. So Jim, we want to commit to you, so you won't hear that, because he said, I know his coaches on this line. He said, but some of these coaches need to stop all that bullshit crap and just tell these people the truth. But this woman, she said she used that they were talking about the transfer portal. She used that as a calling card. He was a McDonald All-American nominee. Could you please clear that up? Because some people talk about, please clear that up for me. Please.
Oh my God.
Chris, you're the career college coach. You're legally qualified.
No, you tell them, because you're a voter. You're a voter. You vote. You know how all that politics. You got to make them understand. This is what they got to understand.
Okay.
Right? It's the same way I say to Jimmy, since you've been doing RCS sports, how long the cheat sheet been out?
2001.
So 20 years, 21 years, right?
2001.
So obviously things fluctuate, but in 21 years, I keep saying this, there's been about less than 30 Division I players every year, Division I, and less than 5 high majors. In his top 10, it may be 5 high majors. That means Power 5 dudes. And on a good year, it could be more than that. Right or wrong, Jimmy? It ain't 10. It ain't 10 on average. In the third or fourth largest city in America. Right? So how many kids play basketball in the city of Houston? Do you know how many they are? A ton of seniors. So that's what the other people are. Not the ones that probably play, get a Division II scholarship. That's the same people you talking about, Hatter. What Jimmy Hicks got him ranked number 172. Girl, go sit down somewhere. Well, Jimmy Hicks got him ranked number 100. Only 30 are gonna get a scholarship in Division I. It's analytics. It's been proven for 21 years.
That's a good point.
Only 30.
That's
so if you're number 72, we got a problem. You see what I'm saying, Hatter? There's no such thing as a McDonald's All-American honorable mention. It's called Charmin. It's called Scotch tissue. That's what it's called.
What's that mean? You can wipe your behind with it?
There you go. It's a nice honor that you're being recognized, right? But honorable mention all conference ain't the same as being all conference. We got to stop that, man. You got to tell people the truth. Well, it's like I almost got a degree. Either you get a degree or you don't. Well, I'm almost pregnant. Either you're pregnant or you're not. What are we talking about here?
But she
Like,
said it with such
but
conviction.
I don't blame her. It's something they put out there. So if they put it out, you know what they do? It's called a participation trophy. That's what it's called, right?
It-
Because if she's
Well,
saying that, what is the mama saying that actually made the game? What's she saying?
Hey, I don't care what you talking about. My best friend on the feed right now, Andre Walker.
Okay.
yeah,
What's up,
and,
Mr. Walker?
and so here's the thing. Here's the thing, and Chris, and understand, and I dive into this topic right here, and that is when it comes to the McDonald's All American nominees. There's been a long-standing process for whether your high school coach can nominate you. Every high school coach out there in the country, if the kid meets certain qualifications, can be nominated.
Mhm.
And the nominations, it used to be like 10,000 people would be nominated. And around the country, and they had a system to where they would let you know, and you would go to your local, the closest McDonald's to your high school, and they would have the manager there, and the GM would be there. They would present you with a certificate, take a photo, and at the time there was no social media, and that photo and that certificate would serve as validation. Well, somehow, because the logistics in the time, this calendar of the selection process, that stuff is normally done for the nominees. It's done at the beginning of January. The McDonald's teams of 24 players are released somewhere toward the last week of January or the third week of January. Well, somehow in reality, people that are in the loop know there's little to no chance for most of those nominees to actually make the McDonald's game. A lot of the grassroots directors, a lot of the high school coaches, obviously have failed. I say the majority of them have failed the kids and their parents from explaining what they have experienced in the process of nominating to those people. Otherwise, they have no reason to not believe that their babies don't have that it's not going to be that they really have a chance to be a McDonald's All-American. Because nobody
Jimmy. Ignorance. What they say about the law? Ignorance is what? Not an excuse. So
yes,
you
but
know, like I know, the summertime grassroots decides who's a McDonald's All-American.
yes, but then those
Grassroots.
parents, yes, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the key, Chris. This is a conversation that's going on between people that know. Now you
Mm,
got the people that know,
mm.
and you got people that don't know, which is far outnumbered and outweighs those who know. Then you have to be willing to teach your flock or influence the people that you can reach to understand. This is how this goes. The nomination process. If your son is not understand, if your son is not ranked in a certain range on on these 2 or 3 platforms
Zero
collectively,
chance.
then you have pretty much zero chance.
A
That's like been
snowball's
only
chance in
one
hell.
guy since the last 20 years. There's may have been only one guy that made the McDonald's game that wasn't inside of the top 80 in the country. Maybe one. Well, it was one. They had the big kid, 7 foot or whatever, from out of California a couple of years ago. But this, you follow what I'm saying? So that means the like you just said, the semantics is already in place. We just are not, because here's the deal: nobody likes hurting people's feelings with the truth. Not you become the hater when you do that. So that's why.
But
So
Jimmy,
some people just let it be alone. Chris, how old were you when they told you that a fat white man in a red ass velvet suit was gonna come down your chimney on December, the day before your birthday?
oh
You
no
born
doubt.
December
Uh,
25th.
no
Think about
doubt.
how old were you
But
when
but
you really was had that conversation. Somebody at some
but
point
listen,
talked to you and explained to you, hey man, ain't no Santa Claus. Mama,
but let me listen. Let me tell you what
this,
Jermaine Jordan
this
said.
dog is Santa Claus.
In the boom boom room, if you tell the parent the truth, next week they're gonna transfer schools. And then so what's going when they transfer
Oh,
schools, what's gonna be that reality? The same reality gonna be there too. You're gonna transfer again, what's gonna be that reality? The same reality. You can transfer all you want. You're not change the rules of this game, homeboy. It doesn't work that way. My thing is you gotta know when you see dudes like Tyrese Maxey, Do you know that we already know De'Aaron Fox is a pro when we looking at him? We looking at Jared Vanderbilt, pro. We looking at Justice Winslow, pro. I mean, they got to understand.
But we're looking through different set of lenses, Chris.
What I'm saying is, you got to get them parent lens off and that kid play for me my lens. You know what I'm saying?
MLK and Joe Madison, they always say this. The two most dangerous things in the world is sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Either you sincerely just don't know, that's dangerous. And if you conscientiously stupid, that's dangerous. So we got you follow me? So we got I mean, everybody, man, I'm telling you that the way that lady,
you know how we should say that in coaching? When a dude keep doing stuff, and I don't want to use the cursing words, he said, man, either you don't know or you don't give us. It's one or the other. Either you don't know or you just don't give a.
Right.
Because if you don't know, just ask me.
Right.
So if you know, it means you don't give a.
Right.
So
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
That's what it comes down to. If you honestly think, Kelly Oubre is another, if you honestly think that you rank number 200 and something, that you belong in the McDonald's game, if you're a parent really sitting there thinking that, it's something wrong with you. Because I know if they came to your job and you were a high performer and they gave the bonuses to the dude that's picking up the trash, you would lose your rabbit mind. Right or wrong, Hatter?
Right. Absolutely.
But for some reason, when it comes to summer basketball and your kid, you think it should be different.
Chris, I got something for you to put on your show. Your next show, right? I saw something. And I said it at the beginning of the show. I want you to, when the next time you going to be on? I saw something, and I want to share it with you. It's a list of Division I players right now. I'm going to list them to you. Division I players right now that have at least 325 points. Write that down, Chris. 200 rebounds. Write that down, Chris.
Okay.
40 assists, 20 steals, and 20 blocks. Guess what? Ain't but one man on that list. His name is Kenneth Lofton Jr. That's the list.
Dog.
That's the only player in the
fine.
game that you cover I guess the game that I cover now.
Which one of those stats you think is the most high, the harder one to attain based on the other? Of course, like points and rebounds are going to include a lot of people.
Yeah.
Assists is going to include a lot of people.
Right.
But when you put that for the amount of assists
and steals
versus the amount of block shots,
and we still you talking about in the season? We talking about right now.
I'm talking about right now. This it already happened.
Yeah, this season.
The season ain't
There's
over.
still a month and a half left.
Yes.
About a month and maybe a month. Yeah, month and some change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he might get like 500 points. Like he got a chance to even increase what he got going on.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he will.
He's a dog, man. That's one of my favorite players. Man. You got it. You know what's funny? It's funny. Like on being on national TV, you got the power to shape narratives.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because a lot of people don't know. We people too. Right. So during the breaks, I'll sit with Clark Kellogg and we'll talk.
Yeah.
I'll sit with Seth Davis or John Rothstein or Brent, and we talk and we debate between each other before we go on or Steve Lapis. And be like, man, really? Oh, okay, well, that's what you're going to say? Well, this is what I think. So those dudes have the power to say, man, I think they should hire more black coaches. They got that power. I got to understand that. They don't tell you what to say. You can say whatever you want to say. They go up there and say, I think Kenneth Lofton Jr., one of the best players in the country people don't talk about. You see what I'm saying? So guess what helps you do that? Information. And then when that opportunity comes, when they do a lot tech, y'all already know if y'all see me on TV, if it's Drew, Timmy, I don't care who it is. If they got TX next to their name, I'm shouting them out. I don't care.
Right.
That's my thing. I'm from Texas because that's what the other guys do. When it's something near to them, they bring it up. So if it's a kid from H-Town doing that, I'm going to talk about it. My little dude from H-Town. Eldre Carr off the one leg doing his thing. I'm going to hype him up. No disrespect to James Akinjo, but he ain't from Texas.
Gotcha.
Matt
And
Meyer,
sometimes we feel guilty.
that's what I do.
Sometimes we feel guilty doing that, and that's when we shouldn't. It's
I
like
do not
sometimes
feel
we
guilty.
like, man,
That's
I
the
don't
same
want
way I
to.
tell black people, stop feeling guilty about shouting out your people. And guess what tomorrow starts? What's tomorrow? February
Black
1st.
History Month.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna challenge everybody. Get like, how to remember you had was it Thanksgiving when y'all had y'all prayer thing when you said y'all gonna read the entire book of what?
We moved Mark.
Mark. I would challenge everybody. We could talk about tomorrow. Am I gonna be on tomorrow? I gotta travel. I got Butler Xavier on Wednesday. Every single day for 28 or 29 days, we should learn something about a different person in Black history.
Done deal. We did it last year.
It ain't hard.
No,
it's hard.
No, we're going to.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
Hey Jimmy, we gotta do that event too. Well, them kids that took my money last year.
I sent you the email last week. You didn't
I didn't
reply.
get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get
That's that's the middle school city championships. It's taking place February 19th. Chris, we have a record number of teams. A record number of teams. I did the count this morning. I'm telling you, dude, by double what we ever had is doubled in size for the amount of teams that are confirmed. These are schools. These are not grassroots.
Wow.
These are basically the top middle schools in various school districts around Greater Houston. If you come in first or second in your respective district, you get an automatic bid. You can participate. Now, by being non-scholastic, once again, this is about teaching those who may not know. No. That's all I preach on. It's one of my pet peeves. For people that have the info and people that are sitting here watching or listening to you and you fail to teach them, that's a problem in our society, because everybody wants to be the smartest damn person in the room. If a person is sitting there and want it, you give it to them. I can see that. I ain't telling you, you can't force feed nobody. But here's what we do. It's a non-scholastic event. That means that the middle school season is technically over.
Right.
This is another term for summer basketball, grassroots basketball, spring basketball. They call it fall league basketball. They call it league. This means the coaches cannot sit on the bench. Right. But it's the same rule for everybody.
Correct.
You follow? So guess what? COVID is the best thing that happened to non-scholastic basketball games with a scholastic flavor to them, meaning that everybody that plays must attend the same school.
Right.
It's the best thing for it, because normally back in the old days, you would see the coaches, they would sit directly across in the bleachers across from their respective benches, and what would they do? They would normally do what?
Coach.
They would quote unquote coach from the other side of the bleachers. Well, now you got the mask because of the pandemic, the COVID. You got a mask. Nobody can't see what you're saying unless you want them to. Some guys that had a mouth like this. I've seen one coach one time got a Gatorade cup, took the bottom out of it and put the cup over his mouth and was just giving instructions. And I had another one, we talked about it on the chop. The damn coach had the cell phone on speaker while the coach was on the other side of the bleachers with the cell phone coaching them, and they can hear, put him in, call him, run it. And guess what? It's certain ways. And then guess what? In the gym, it ain't my job to police that. You know, but act like you don't know. Just don't, and you keep on moving. But this is how this event goes. We have 22 8th grade schools committed. We have about 10 7th grade schools committed. That is a record high for what we're trying to do. And eventually, Chris Walker gave away 2 $500 scholarships last year to one of the participants who go and they have to write an essay pertaining to Black history. And Chris Walker, these $500 scholarships are not college scholarships. They're scholarships for back to school. They get that money in August, the week before tax-free, at the beginning of August, earmarked for them to possibly go into tax-free weekend to buy school supplies for going into the 8th grade or the 9th grade, respectively. At least two will win these scholarships.
8th grade and 7th grade.
You got
8th grade and 7th grade.
8th grade and 7th grade.
Okay.
Eighth
And
grade,
that's
seventh grade.
and then on top of that, we give $500 to each winning
Winner.
team.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can have a pizza party or buy some T-shirts or whatnot. And we give them a commemorative plaque to go in their trophy case. Even though it's a non-scholastic event, think about it. You walk back 10 years later, 20 years later to your middle school, and you were the city champs because we have no organized city championships
Right.
in Lakeview. This is the closest thing to a state tournament that these young people would get.
Gotcha.
And that's a good thing. So for more, of course, info, you guys can go to rcsports.com and you'll see on upcoming events and you can see the flyer to click on. It's going to be a great thing.
Hey, Jimmy, just so you know, and Hatter, tell Kim Jackson, I saw what she wrote about you see what Kim Jackson. I saw what she wrote. And Jimmy, I issued the first challenge. Hatter was ready to put her on the screen, and she ran like a yellow streak on the back of a back. She was scared as I don't know what. I put it out there. Hatter was about to put her on, Jimmy.
She at work,
and
Chris.
She ran like it don't matter. Go sit in the car for 5 minutes. You can leave Popeyes and go outside. Let's all go take some more.
Kill my nurse, man.
Hey, now,
She got time to chop me up. I don't care.
Chris,
What's up?
what? We have another parent going wild this past weekend.
Oh,
a parent. God. They had a video went viral. A parent choking.
I got it.
It's not LeBron, is it? It's not LeBron.
Choking the referee. Watch this,
Y'all want to
Chris.
see it?
Watch this.
Wow. The dude sitting there at the score clock didn't move. He said, man, get out of the way. He trying to see the play. Y'all watch this. Watch the dude at the score clock, man. He did not move, Chris. Watch this. And then the other ref came and cold cocked him, Jim. And he
knocked his glasses off. The lens came out his glass. Man, so now he got to go get some new glasses.
Amen.
What are your thoughts, Chris? Your thoughts. See what?
Listen, man, I don't know where they were, but really, and I don't want to comment. I don't know the content. Just like had to talk about clickbait. I don't know where they were, but absolutely,
they was at Kobe spot.
Absolutely.
They was at the sports academy.
At the Mama?
They was at the Mama Academy. But keep going.
But I don't know who was playing, if it was a high level thing. But come on, man, like really, like here's one thing about parents, like, and I get it. You know, competitive juices are flowing, but the ref, you gonna choke the ref. Like,
guess what I heard? Guess what Jimmy. Jimmy told me how to go and read them threads. I went and read the thread. Coach, the ref son was on the team, and the ref was cheating for his son.
Oh my God!
That's what they saying on the thread. And the dude said, "Yeah, the ref son." Then his ref partner came and hit him. He couldn't hit that good, Jimmy, because the dude didn't even move. The glasses moved. The dude didn't move. He must have been a little dude.
I need to see the rest of the tape. That's all. That's my main thing, because I don't know. Understand something. We saw the highlight, and for all we know, like I said, that guy could have said something inexcusable.
I thought somebody got knocked off or something. You know.
I'm just saying. Well, how do we know? Yeah, how do we know that the referee didn't say anything that was virtually inexcusable? How do we know he didn't call his wife or his mama out of their name? How do we know? I'm just saying, we don't. That's why I said
we didn't hang out with. How do you know we didn't hang out? He didn't hang out with one of them.
Like that dude called Mello a boy the other night. And somebody talking about, who was that came on? Charles Barkley talking about, man, you got to have thick skin. Man, white dudes, you can't call no black dude no boy. You might get handled. That's all I'm telling you. You might get handled. Don't call me anything. Don't call me no boy. But keep going, Jimmy.
Yeah, man.
So we don't know what happened in this situation, man. We don't know what happened. That's why I told you. That's why I don't go to what's the name of that city? You used to work at Lubbock, Texas.
Why?
Man, I wanted to put my hand on that man. Tell me, that's them boys' call over there. Told the lady, he didn't know we could hear him. She said, he said, that's them boys' call over there. I said, what the hell? I ain't never been back to Lubbock, Texas, Chris's favorite stomping ground. Chris even have the
No,
apartment.
ain't no wrong with Lubbock, man. Ain't no wrong with Lubbock.
I ain't going
Y'all need to stop that. Ain't no wrong with Lubbock.
unless I'm going to pick up a check.
Hey, listen, they doing the same thing in River Oaks. So you go there too.
I agree. I agree with you.
You go there too.
Just like I told you earlier,
Exactly.
boy, we had a great conversation earlier. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. But no, but I don't know what happened. But these dudes was just choking each other. They didn't throw no punch. They was just choking. They was gonna see who can out choke each other. So yeah. I got to give them a choke game, right?
Hey, listen, it's no matter what. I don't care if he was cheating for his son or not. I'm not choking anybody. That's ridiculous. I just
somebody tell me they didn't see the video.
I just pulled my team off the court.
Hey Jimmy, hold on. Thaddeus Moody must have went to a break. Here you go. Here you go, Thaddeus Moody. Just for you. Jimmy, you ain't lying. I want to see some more of that video.
Yeah. I mean, it's curious because, normally the referee that just stole him, the second referee, obviously came to the assistance of his referee compadre. Well, what happens now? Since don't that coach have an assistant coach? And if you're an assistant coach and somebody comes steal on your head coach, somebody got to go steal on that other referee. I need to see that's the ending factor. But the beginning, this thing didn't just start with the chokehold. Something sparked this fuse. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Until we see more of it, because otherwise you'll make decisions and you'll draw conclusions that may be it just may do somebody a disservice. Put it like that. So that's the thing on that. We are tonight.
Kevin Freeman, stop lying, man. I threw a Proud Boy out of the gym on Saturday. Kevin Freeman, boy, you scared of your shadow. Stop lying. Kevin, listen, Stephen Woods, I called my son's games, but I'm hard on him. So you cheat on your son's team? Come on, Woods. You know how to sneak it in there. These dudes be killing me, man. They know how to sneak it in there. They sneak a little shot in there for his son. Sneak a little foul in there. Come on now. Y'all need to stop that mess, man. Keep it 100, Woods.
Yeah.
Keep it 100, Woods.
We got, pretty much we are in overtime. It's about time to land this plane. And want to also acknowledge, just tuning in to acknowledging it was something that I had to share with you guys. Oh, you remember a couple of weeks ago, there was a kid who was one of the top unsigned seniors in Greater Houston. He's 6'8". He averaged over 16 points, over 8 rebounds a game this season. And he quit his high school team. The high school coach put out a statement right after it, a couple of weeks back, basically stating that this young man did not like basketball and he had no plans to play in college. That pissed off the parents. Legal actions was threatened, because now you can't for putting that type of statement out without the parents' consent. Well, the young man definitely plans to play college basketball, but he doesn't plan to play on his high school team anymore. So the coach of the high school has released a follow-up statement, and this morning, and the school is Cypress High School, Cypress Fairbanks High School. Made me think about it because Angel works in that district, and he says the Cy-Fair High School basketball program would like to retract our original statement regarding Brady Smith and offer the following clarification based on additional information that was received. Brady Smith will continue to train and prepare away from Cy-Fair High School program and is still interested in pursuing opportunities beyond his graduation from high school. We are thankful for his contributions to the program and wish Brady Smith and his family the best of luck. So, want to share that with you guys. Uh, I guess as in this today's as the world turns in in basketball around Greater Houston, we
And don't get them parents mad. Even if that dude don't have a snowball chance of playing basketball Division 1, don't
Just
get them
don't
parents.
say nothing.
Just don't say nothing.
yeah, and so that's I posted the entire statement in the VIP news on rcsports.com. You guys can read it in its entirety, as well as the original statement that's still in there from a couple of weeks ago. You can go and check that out. That is rcsports.com. We also will be posting the updated district standings as we close in on the high school playoff pictures. We are going to have those updated every 2 days. I think Doug Jones, his birthday is today, so we normally got a late start. We'll get that out this afternoon and post it on the website for you guys. Of course, tonight in H-Town, we have Steph Curry is in town and the Golden State Warriors will be taking on the Houston Rockets tonight. Remember, that game was actually a really good game when they played about a week ago. And it really was. It went down to the last few seconds. Steph Curry, they got to hit a jumper to beat the Rockets. And in doing so, I think it was a little smack talking in doing it. So see what Steph has in store for these young rebuilding Rockets tonight at the Toyota Center. And also Chris, it was somebody that sent you an email in the mailbag, and they were asking you, I think about you know same old about certain players. You're producing certain numbers, and some people have been led to believe automatically that those numbers that you produce is supposed to warrant a Division I scholarship. And a lot of parents really, really don't know, and they really feel confused, and because they've been led to believe that if you do this and you produce, it's going to come, and that's not always the case. And I think my fair assessment of it is you could take the leading scorer in the SWAC, put him in the Big 12. Do you think he would be the leading scorer in the Big 12? Do you think 20 points per game in the Southland Conference equates to 20 points per game in the Southeastern Conference? And a lot of
But they
people
talking about high school to college.
high school.
So, Hatter, what I always say, every team got a what, Hatter? Every losing team got a what?
Got a leading scorer.
Every losing team. And I don't know if this team loses or wins, but it all comes down to numbers, guys. Like, people kill me. I say again, do the math. Do the math. That's 450 NBA players, right? 450. Period. If your son wants to get a scholarship, that's 350 schools times an average of 3 scholarships per team, an average. That's what's available. Transfer portal, no matter what, that's what's available. If you know how many are playing and you know how many scholarships, they can't make more scholarships just like they can't make more than 30 teams in the NBA. So every year in the NBA, they got a first round of 30 guys. That means 30 dudes ain't playing in the league every year no matter what, right or wrong, Adam. 30 dudes got to find somewhere else to go.
You preach.
Every single year, 30 dudes. In the NFL, 32 dudes. NFL, more dudes because the fourth and fifth, them dudes got a chance to make it. NBA, second round, 80% of them don't make it. So I just don't understand why people get upset. I get it. I mean, fair or unfair. There's many ways to skin a cat, but, I can sit here and tell you 9 million ways to Tuesday how to position yourself, but you still may only get one shot. Like Jimmy said about the kid that didn't make the McDonald's game. He had his chance. He didn't get it done. He don't get 7 chances. He get 1 chance. That's how it works sometimes for some people. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and guess what? Sometimes that person get that 1 chance, exceeded, and then something amazing happens. I don't know if y'all saw the deal on Mary J. Blige on Amazon.
I saw part of it.
She made it. I mean, she's not the best singer in the world. I mean,
No.
but the way they found her, Andre Harrell, and just gave her a shot, it don't happen like that no more. It's like, huh?
Good point.
Some people, that was her shot, and he chose to give her a chance. So it's not easy, man. But I'm not going to be the one to sit here and but I paid for training, and he did this, and he was all district. It don't work like that. I'm sorry. What you want me to tell you? Last thing I'll say is this, guys, and I got to run. One of my buddies gave me something the other day. I haven't done this in a long time, and I mean, again, I know that the NCAA qualifications for academics. I mean, I've helped a lot of kids change, a lot of families change their trajectory of what they think their life could be by helping them, navigate that world, even if they don't come from a place where the foundation has been put in place for them to succeed academically. And I got a transcript, 4 transcripts. Kid went to 4 different high schools, right? I'm not going to say where he was going to school now. And I'm sitting there going through the grades. I had to call Branch. I said, Branch, look at this. And we just sat there and says, how is it in 2022 that we can be dealing with something right here? And Branch just broke it down and finally said, hey, Chris, this dude can't read and write. I almost dropped the phone. But out there playing basketball to some of these prominent prep schools, on TV, people yelling his name, people, you know what, following him, can't read and write. We got to stop the nonsense. I mean, I get it. I like to see my kid play on ESPN and all that stuff too. We got to get some people on Wall Street over here where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Y'all, a lot of y'all trying too hard. A lot of y'all too busy trying to get to Sesame Street. I don't want to be on Sesame Street. You need to get to Wall Street. Because Sesame Street ain't real. Anyway, but I couldn't believe what I was looking at, man. This dude can't read and write and still playing basketball. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
How do we fix that, Chris Walker? Great question.
Huh? Just because he's tall. Because what happens is when they see somebody tall and athletic, the people lose their mind. Here's my ticket, my meal ticket. Here's my meal ticket. And then the kid become an adult all of a sudden just because he can hoop. How do you know what I'm talking about? All of a sudden we start treating that kid like an adult. Like he paying bills. It's insane, man. But I mean, I can go all day long about that, man. But I mean, it's just so disheartening. And I got a million stories like that I can tell and bring up names from the past and just in the city of Houston of people y'all be like, yeah, I remember him. I remember him. I say, yeah, but do you remember how they were acting when it was going on? Jimmy and I talk about this all the time. Do you remember that energy they had during that time when you couldn't tell them nothing? Right, Jimmy? They had all the answers. It was a can't miss thing. Now look at him. Humble pie. Get him a fork. Get him a fork. It's a lot to go around. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you preaching so good right now. Do we need more truth tellers to help fix that? What do we do?
Come on, man. It's like telling somebody
I'm just going by what Paul Miranda said.
No, I'm with you. I'm saying it's like telling people to save money so they can buy a house. It's like telling people to save money for a rainy day. Man, I'm gonna go get these J's. I'm gonna go get these Pradas. I'm gonna go get this Rolex. It's the same thing. And all of a sudden, guess what happened? 2008, the pandemic, and then next thing you know, they're on the streets. So you can say whatever you want, man. People gonna do what they're gonna do, man. And again, Jimmy made the determination a long time ago. I'm the same way. I tell people the first law of life, right, is self-preservation. Be a good person and do what's best for you. Now, I don't have a problem because I'm one of those guys that try to help everybody. But the golden rule is this, Chris Walker, you cannot help anybody that does not want to help themselves. I can't want nothing more for you than you want it for yourself. And the minute I see that, guess what? I didn't did a U-turn, and you about to see me gone. You about to get the exhaust pipe. You can't, man. Right or wrong, Jimmy. You can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves. That's insane. That's a definition of insanity. I'm gonna make you do something that you don't want to do. I want something for you more than you want it for you. unless it's your kid and you got to teach them and you got power over. But an adult, come on, Hatter, we got to stop that nonsense, man. I want my kid to be a scholarship player. So does 500,000 other parents. I want my kid to be a pro. I mean, what are we talking about here? Is this Disney? Dude, seriously, man. We need to wake up, man. Get this dude's transcript. I'm looking at this dude's transcript. I said, man, really? So we're going to help this dude do what? Go to college, so what? So they can do what? Somebody can do his grades. Somebody can do his work. So to do what for this dude? He'll be working at TSA one day, man. Tell him. You're going to see that tall dude. You're like, yo, man, what you doing working at Eddie V's, man? Serving a steak. Man, I used to hoop at Big T, man, back in the day. Oh, yeah, okay. Come on, man.
And Angel says I think more of those testimonies could help. People never hear from the ones who didn't make it. Need to empower them to tell their truth and not shame them into preaching, not shame them for preaching their story.
Jimmy, I got somebody want Jimmy. Got somebody want to come on the show.
Oh, well, good. You know they ain't gonna do that. That's hard to get them to do that, Angel.
Yeah, and well, the thing, you know what? Yeah, a lot of people don't want to do it. I went and invited several guys, and we've had a few on that gave testimonies on the Chop Shop. A very select few. They gave the Tack Miner came on a few years ago, and even then, that was a lot. It was just a certain degree because Tack, did the best he could, but it still wasn't the whole, pure.
Jimmy, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Get a parent on. Get a summer coach on.
We ask them all the time, and I think when I'm getting back, Chris, a lot of parents, they feel two ways. One, they fear the backlash of embarrassment that was going to come out of it, and number two, they don't want. They just say, you know what? At that point, some of those parents are like, man, you know what? Forget about it. Just forget it. I don't even want to relive it. Don't, for the sake of not embarrassing their kid who's a grown person now. We get parents all the time. That's why this stuff is going on. And I guess to them, I'm the first person they tell, hey, I'm coming on the Chop Shop. I'm gonna tell it all. And I'm like, come on. And I'm knowing how it's gonna end out. They don't know it yet. I know in 3 years, you ain't coming on the Chop Shop. You're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna leave it alone. Because you don't want to, people are so, I don't want to use the word afraid, so tactical in trying to avoid hurting other people's feelings.
Whose feelings?
The person who, because somebody you have to give up in order to give this testimony. You're gonna have to put somebody out there in the middle of the street. And in order to do that testimony right, you're not, because it's not a self-inflicted wound for most of those people. That's the thing. I wish that it would be to make this society better, because we see the numbers. You gave the numbers earlier, Chris, on the odds of those who will make it, even get that college degree versus those that will not. And the thing that make it so bad, the risk versus reward, the ones who don't, there's too many guys that are undegreed that used to be all state, all region, that was the man on their sneaker team. They walked in there had a different pair of tennis shoes every game or so. And there's so many of those out there in our society with no college degree. That means they can't even go coach at their own middle school if they wanted to.
Do you have Ms. LeBuck's information, Jimmy? Do you have her information?
Yes.
Okay. She's available Thursday. Thursday. Okay.
That'll work.
Make sure you hook
yeah,
up. Send me.
That'll work.
Clarence Harris, I'm sorry. He said how to ignoring him. I didn't see it, Clarence. I'm sorry. Clarence said, what Clarence say? Do hopefully my wife won't kill me.
No, it ain't what we want to do. It's what you want. That's the whole thing. We can't tell your story for you.
No.
Just that.
We're going to bring him on too. Clarence Harris, I didn't see it. Clarence, I'm sorry. I was multitasking. I was doing something. So I'm sorry. You know I'm not good at
Yeah,
multitasking.
I think that's good stuff for the parents to come on because everybody have different. Now they got to be ready to hear that the boom boom room and hear people have an opposite opinion. But it's good for them to tell their story because every
Yeah,
one of them won't be the same. And some people
absolutely.
feel like they were slighted. Some people feel like it's politics. It's gonna be the same stuff we hear, but it's good to hear from an actual person, right? And
Right.
hear how emotional, the time, the money they put into it. You know what's funny when people say stuff like, "Well, I don't think college players should get paid" and all that kind of stuff. Do people know how much money parents put into this stuff before they actually get to college? Do you know how much money they put into it, into their child? So what people don't realize it's different sides of this thing, and there's no one exact science. But all I do is this: I don't want to be mean to people. I give them the same metrics I give myself. Hey, Chris, there's 3 spots at CBS, not 10. You can sit there and complain all you want and boo-hoo all you want. You know what you need to do? You need to go try to get better so you can get one of them spots. And you may never get one. You see what I'm saying, Hatter? But there's only 3. They're not making 5. I use that same type of mentality when I tell people, hey, listen, here's what I know. I hear what you're saying. And guess what? You got some valid arguments. But here's the real deal. 2 plus 2 is what, Hatter?
2.
4.
No,
But no,
I know.
Hatter. The way you just said it, Hatter, is the way those people think. 2 plus 2 is 2. They're going to create something else.
Because that's another equation. Hey, that's a molecular equation.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. 2 plus 2 is 4. I mean, it's 13 dudes on the scholarship. They're not making 15. 13 for the boys, 15 for the girls. Not 17 and not 15. There's more. People don't even know that. Women get 15 scholarship, boys get 3. 13.
And guess what I just found out, Jimmy? And Jimmy, I don't know if y'all know, I just found this out. You know, they gave them extra guys because of the pandemic. They're gonna cut that out after this year. Next year you got to go back to 13. Because you got to go with 13 now. They told me next year you got to go back to your regular 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? How to cipher that?
That means some jobs. Some spots ain't gonna be. More spots ain't gonna be available.
So what are they gonna do? What are those players gonna have to do? Gonna be forced to do?
Transfer portal.
Well, no, I don't know about that. They just won't. I don't think they'll get rid of them. They won't do that because they'll be up for a lawsuit.
Some will, some won't.
They'll be walk-ons. They'll be in walk-ons or something like that.
And guess what else I found out, Jimmy? And you can pick it back on this, Jimmy. I found out that a lot of guys, you know, that extra year they was giving everybody, a lot of guys chose not to take that extra year and going into their life doing other things in their life and just.
We can have a whole conversation on that, bro.
Oh, okay.
Listen, guys. Every kid. That's why we got a backlog right now. Look at Arizona. Arizona, they say got 13 freshmen. Whatever you want to call it, 10 or 11. They all redshirt freshmen. They're really sophomores. Dayton, same thing. Look at the University of Richmond team. Very good. 4 of their best players are 6-year guys or 5th-year guys. Mm-hmm. Every kid in Division I was given an extra year. Mm-hmm. Some dudes thought they was going to leave and came back. Mm-hmm. I know one dude in West Kentucky, when he got a job, he was like, man, I don't like this, and came back. They got an extra year. A lot of them kids could have graduated and went to grad school, and I guarantee you now, half them kids, not half, 90% of them, wish they would have stayed in school. Wow. Wish they would have taken an extra year.
Wow.
Because the real world ain't no joke, I'm telling you. You think when you leave, you're going to make all this money and stuff. You think you leave, you're going to get your own apartment on Madison Avenue. You think you're going to be driving a Porsche. You think you're going to be flying in a PJ. You think you're going to be living that life like them rap dudes you be talking about. When I get out on my own, watch what's going to happen. That's what they think.
And Angel said I need to, and I don't want to just harp on it. It's just that, like I said, man, I just wanted more, man. I really wanted more for my son that I had. I want him to have an opportunity that I had. He loved basketball. We talked basketball this weekend, Chris. Chris, he sent me a video. Chris, I mean, he sent me a link. It was when Cornell played Radford. Okay, Radford has a player that's in the NBA. Robert, that particular night, bested that player. I said, that ain't nothing. That guy's a bit player. DeAnthony Melton, if you go on YouTube, he played against DeAnthony Melton at USC, and he had the better of him. DeAnthony Melton came off the bench. Robert had about 20-some points that game. But DeAnthony Melton is making a whole lot of money in the NBA. This shit just don't happen for you sometimes. You can outplay the guy that's in the NBA. Listen, 2-3 guys dunked on Kelly Oubre. He in the league. So, but that don't mean your ass gonna be in the league.
Patty, you can outscore a guy.
Yes.
And what you don't understand is the NBA is about metrics. If DeAnthony Melton played on Cornell's team, he'd probably get 22. But he on USC, which means
he come off the bench.
He come off the bench. And
Absolutely.
then by the time he left there, he was a dude.
Yes.
He was real good.
Yeah.
So situations determine a lot of things. So let me get that. Let me paraphrase that in a different way and translate that. You can play on a boo-boo summer team or a boo-boo high school team and play against a real good team and get 25, and the dude they say is ranked get 5, and you think you better than him. And Chris Walker comes to the game and be like, hold on, homeboy. That dude's 6'7". He can put his elbow on the rim. He run like a gazelle, and he can shoot the basketball. And he had a bad night tonight. But there ain't no way in hell that I'm going to recruit your little 5'11" butt over that dude right there. No way. Don't happen like that.
I don't understand
one hell of a topic, and of course, guys. Chris, or how does somebody ask you a question on that? Chris, you got a message from Jameson Morrow.
What's the question?
About some rumors out on the West Coast in Arizona, over in Chad Groff's backyard. Chad Groff, you're watching on the Chop Shop out in Phoenix, Arizona. What the hell is going on in Tempe? But anyway, those are just unsubstantiated rumors. A rumor that's posted on there. So understand that's not. We didn't release that.
What's the question for me, Chris? What's the question? Is that what him saying? Let me tell you.
Clarence had a question for you.
He said, I don't understand. He said, was it just the feeling that he wasn't NBA? Let me tell you something. You never know. I'm smart enough to know my son was 6'1". Chris Walker then told y'all several times, when you look at them people that got drafted, most of them didn't look like that. And I've been in this business for 21 years. Almost 30 years. And I know my son, and I want you to hear this, Clarence Harris, so I'm listening to it. My son didn't have the habits of a pro athlete. He had the habits of a businessman. He'd rather go to study than to go to work out. He ain't gonna go on Sunday if he got a test. He didn't have the habits of an NBA player. He didn't I know the habits because I've been around NBA players for 30 years. They gonna be in the gym all night. No, Robert gonna go study all night. So he had the habits. He had the habits of a CEO more than he had the habits of it. So guess what? That's why I wanted to put him in a position where he could have went. Let me tell you, he could have went to the summer league. Guess what was happening? The summer league was going on when he had to graduate. He had to be the one to be there when Joe Biden was I told this story. Joe Biden was did the convocation. Robert was one of the guys had to greet him. So he had to be there. He couldn't leave Cornell after school was out. He had to wait to come for the graduation. He can't have time to come back here and work out and then go back into Vegas. He said he chose to be there and graduate. So, but every kid is not like that. That's why I'm so proud of him in the position he's in now, because he was going to be in this position at some point anyway, needing to do something else other than play basketball. So guess what? It just happened sooner, and now he got a chance to be a CEO a lot quicker. And he told me I'd rather be able in position to buy a team later. And guess what, Clarence Harris? And his business partner right now, in case you haven't seen him show, is Mark Lowry. Go tell me what team Mark Lowry owns the Minnesota Timberwolves now. So guess what? The kid is putting himself in positions. And my dad ain't doing this. He up there working. All I did is put the groundwork with him and I told him, you are to be gifted. You ain't regular. You don't go to West Point to become a crossing guard. You don't go to Cornell or goddamn Harvard to just come back and work at TSA. You're going to be a captain of industry. And that's what he's trying to do. Basketball, yes. Okay, he's 27 years old right now. Guess what? And he's able, Clarence Harris, to give his friend a job making $150,000 a year. When he in a position to give his friend a job. So guess what? Guess what? More of your kids can do that than to do what Kelly Oubre's doing. More of our kids can do what Robert is doing than we can do what De'Aaron Fox is doing. More of our kids. That's all. That's the example. You don't have to go. Hold up. You don't have to get it at Cornell. Cornell was just for Robert. What they said, who the guy said run his race. You can get that at TSU. It's some millionaires went to it's right here from TSU right now, man.
That's right.
So we just got to get our kids conditioned. See, Robert's situation was great, Clarence Harris. I'm the one worked him out. I'm the one did. Can't no guy, they weren't talking about him because can't nobody take the credit, Clarence Harris. He didn't have a workout king. He didn't have his dad had spent all that time teaching him how to be a Division I player. At 6'1", he went on and become a Division I player. And guess what? Go look at his bio. Go to Cornell and look at his bio and see. Missed 28 games in his career and still in Cornell record book. Missed 28 games. So that's the point. I just want y'all to know you don't have to be. All you got to do, man, y'all can be Lil Rob. That's why I tell the story. He's just a little old ball beater. Don't tell him I said that. He was just a little old basketball player, but he knew he think he was a basketball. And hold up, parents, I'm gonna help you out. One more time. One last thing. He thought he was making that decision because I groomed him to think that he was making that decision. He still think this day that he made the decision to go to Cornell. No, dude, that's what I kept. Dude, we didn't go on the trip to Florida Atlantic. We didn't go on the trip to Northeastern. We didn't go on no trip to Memphis. We didn't go on to North Carolina. We ain't going there. We didn't go on none of them trips. We went on 2 trips, 3 trips: Princeton, Cornell, and Columbia. That's it. We ain't going on no. You go down to Florida Atlantic, them girls got their tops. And I didn't want you to be in a position where you had to even think about that mess. So parents, that's how you had to do. You got to groom them to thinking they making decisions. That's all. Chris, take it away, bro. Chris.
Oh, that's good. No, that's the truth. Environment, bro. Environment will shape you. Bottom line. Environment.
Yeah, I like that. Guess what?
Thanks,
you don't go to Harvard or Cornell to end up working at TSA.
No.
So that's
no question.
That's that quote right there. And a lot of people, I guess, this thing has been so monetized over the last decade or so. I'm talking about like directly monetized. And guess what? And that's a good thing in a sense. But I say monetize meaning that it's the day job of the person to do what they're doing, and you're making the kids saying, and you're hanging in part of your shingle is, I'm doing it for the kids. and I'm doing it for the kids. Remember, that was one of my pet peeves, how you hear me
Yeah.
say it all the time.
Investing.
People talking about they doing it for the kids. And I'm like, okay, challenge them. If they doing it for the kids, how many times them kids doing it for the kids, meaning that pick that kid up, let that kid come over and stay at your house. Let them come over there. You're doing it for the kids when it ain't basketball season. Doing it for the kids, you'll see things. You'll be able to tell if doing it for the kids. Doing it for the kids mean that you're gonna take off food off your plate. Now don't get it twisted. A lot of guys out there are investing a lot of their time. They are investing a lot of their resources. And guess what? And you are applauded as for doing such. But you know what the key word to that is? You're investing. There's a difference between giving and investing. So you get, and you won't, and a lot of people confuse that. A big ass difference, giving and investing. So that might be the question you might want to start asking some of these people. Ask them when they're giving you, hey, are you giving this to me? Or are you investing this to me in me? And guess what? I promise you, you will feel so much better about the person who can have the integrity to confess that they are investing in your baby. You're gonna respect that guy there a whole lot more at the end of the day when you realize he's trying to get a return on his investment. And sometimes that's based on his economic standing or how much time he's giving himself to invest in you. Some of them is not going to invest in your son when he get 25, 30 years old and his ass ain't got no job. They ain't gonna come pick your son up no more. They ain't come and bring him over to their house no more. They gonna come help him with when he go to baby to buy some Similac and some diapers and stuff for your baby. But the investment stops with everybody, with most people. The investment will stop at some point in time. So if you are consciously aware that pretty much every single person that comes into your life, that's came into your life after your son all of a sudden start making touchdowns, start running real fast, hitting the tape first, you start hitting all the soccer goals, all of a sudden start cracking home runs, or start hitting 3-pointers or dunking at a high rate, most likely they're coming with an investment.
And guess what,
You
Jimmy?
just have to
Thank you, Chris Walker. Chris Walker, next month, I'm going to have to rehash some of the people we talked about last year because we got new people like Jason Peters. I told him that Robert Smith, he asked me in the future, would any black person own a team? I said, Robert Smith, and I think you know this, he is in the running. He is in the bidding war right now to buy the Denver Broncos. Robert F. Smith, that's the guy, Jason, because Jason didn't know. So if one person don't know, we're going to help Jason right now. I talked about him all year. That's the guy who gave the commencement speech at Morehouse and told every senior at Morehouse, I got you. I'm paying your bill. Whatever bill you got left on the table, I'm paying it. $40 million worth of bills he paid. So that particular graduating class graduated debt free. So he freed up a lot of young guys who would be able to be productive because this student loan debt is Jimmy. I promise you, Jimmy. You probably know somebody. It is hamstringing a lot of people. They can't get ahead because they're paying that. So Jason, this guy Robert F. Smith, look him up. You need to know about him. He's the richest black man in America. You need to know about him. There's no reason for none of us. We've been talking about him for a long time, but guess what? We need to start rehashing stuff like that, Chris, and because our people, we need to know that it. And guess what? He didn't shoot not one jump shot. He didn't play not one basketball. He didn't play. He didn't run the football, Jason. So, Jimmy, thank you, Chris. But Jimmy, you find some. We gonna find some unsung heroes of Black history. We gonna give our people. We perish for lack of knowledge. And guess what? Jason, you gonna be able to tell your friends or your sons friends. You read about Robert Smith today. So I just wanted to share that with you, Jimmy. And we can get out of here
Yeah.
anytime y'all want to.
Yeah,
I'm
we
ready.
get ready to get up out of here. And of course, I see Paul, you mean Chandler Jacobs. Tomorrow I'll share with you guys
Talk about that, yeah.
something from Chandler Jacobs that you can hear when some of these young men talk that they possess the it, and it's not has nothing to do with basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler Jacobs, he has it,
I can't wait.
and he
Can't wait
did
to
an
hear this.
interview recently. The dad sent me a clip of that, and I'll send that to you guys. How to increase that way y'all can check it out. It's like two different little conversations about 10, 15 minutes, but he gets it so much. Remember, he was a D2 All-American during the COVID. He got offered by Chris Beard. He accepted the offer at Texas Tech. When Beard took the job at Texas, he didn't fall for it. He went and pulled out his commitment and said, "I'm gonna go." And within days, committed to Colorado State.
Yeah.
And where he is now, and he's comfortable in his skin. That you can't get him with that. Let's play here in the Big 12. The path is not the same for everybody.
Can't wait.
And his daddy was a basketball star
Yes.
at Jack Yates back in the early 80s, along during the Ricky Winslow and the Clement Pink and Stacy Belcher and Carvin Holcomb and those guys. So you guys just remind me, I'll get that to you on tomorrow. But anyway,
Okay.
It's Chris, you got anything before we land this plane?
I'm out here, man.
We got here, guys. It's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Monday. Hey, man, we'll be right back at you on tomorrow. It's a rainy afternoon, of course, in H-Town today. I guess probably some much needed rain, but it's out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you share the show on your way out of the door. And Haller's going to give you guys a picture of him, Chatterbox, and Devin Wade from this past weekend and show you. And as he cue it up, we're going to land the plane and we'll go toss on the break with that. But I want you guys to notice what Haller was wearing.
Whoa. Haller, really?
It was a little chilly, man. It was a little chilly, man.
Really?
You told me to wear
So
some gray, Jimmy.
You had maroon on for sure.
Jimmy, my name tag was maroon, man. Yeah, y'all, yeah, that show. Yeah. Come on, coach. I went to a college, and I guess what? I just wore. You know what?
And tell me to give you some merch, man. You need some merchandise, man.
They probably gonna give a lot more merchandise than you ever get. You are the stingy. Let's not talk about him no more.
Hey, that's I'm that was
golf. I still gave them golf shoes you never wore. What's that?
They hurt my feet, man. Them golf shoes you gave me.
What about my vest you stole?
Oh, I love that vest. I wear that all the time.
Yeah, and once again, guys, we're gonna ask you again, share the show on your way out the door. Of course, this day, once again, we give a proud, happy born day to Doug Jones of RCS Sports. It's the day that he was born 39 years ago. And
that's
of
the day
course,
that Marriott was founded?
Huh?
No.
Okay, my bad.
No, it wasn't quite. But also on 10 years ago, on this day, is that my mother, Edna Hicks, passed away.
Right.
So January the 31st is always a bittersweet day for me. You know, at the same time, thinking of the born day for Doug Jones and, of course, the passing away of my mom 10 years ago on this day. Wow. So I'm ready to get the hell up out of January, and we can emerge into February and start, you know, and sharing with you guys. We have some Black History stuff for you guys starting tomorrow. Yeah. And a special guest is supposed to join us tomorrow, and we're a college coach. So we're going to reward a college coach with a significant victory on the Chop Shop on tomorrow. And if
don't forget about Miss Dora on Thursday.
That's Thursday. She's serious. Then we will definitely move some furniture around and get you on. We'll get a time locked in. Make sure you reach out to me, and so that we can get you everything you need for Thursday's broadcast. And other than that, guys, I see you guys. We're up out here. Make sure you share that show on the way out of the door. Mr. Alex Estero, make sure you talk Chris, get his question, because that way you guys can entertain that question on tomorrow. He has a question on the feed for you guys, and I think you probably missed it.
Measure it based on the first thing you ask you about your kid when you see them. How did you do in the game? How are they doing at school with the grades? Oh, that wasn't for Chris. That was the parents. That was
Okay.
the parents. And parents, do me a favor, parents. Go back. Parents, boyfriends, girlfriends, go back and watch the beginning of this show. I had a letter for you to write to your kids off at school, wherever they're at. I had a letter for you to write to your kids. So go back and check that out at the beginning of the show. I'm out, Jimmy.
Oh man, peace,
right,
man. We up out of here, man. Hey, for Hannah, we up out of here. Chop shop. Peace.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the